said basically like normal cases.
Hey,
Hello.
instead I have a few more hours left, so I'm
Oh.
like, fuck it, I'm using this one.
So you were talking about your lungs. So when are you going back?
They say August to get imaging.
I'm sending you good healing power, okay? Good
Good.
healing energy, okay? Warm hugs and love to make that,
Thank you.
you know, because you can never have enough love. You know.
Yeah, it's just scary because they say that if it would have kept moving, it would have reached my heart.
I had a stroke after my implant in my, which I didn't realize in my brain part, which I didn't realize I was having like a big, serious surgery, and it kind of changes you a bit.
Yeah.
And so, do you have family members? You have had family members with this?
Yeah, but my uncle had cancer.
And they've checked you for cancer?
No, I don't have cancer or anything. They don't know. They don't know where this blood clot came from. And they say the only thing they could guess is maybe I haven't been moving enough.
Oh, well, that's easy to do nowadays, you know.
But they said with most people, it's easy to diagnose because most people have like underlying health conditions like cancer or, you know.
Yeah. I'm wondering
And with me, it just showed up.
Some sort of genetic thing, because I've been doing the DNA testing, you know, and a lot of these things are, you know, like the heart and the different lung things and all the different cancers are, you know, from a genetic variant in, you know, your body.
Right.
And it's like, okay, so, you know, you can have, we're supposed to have, I have the marker for lung cancer, breast cancer, uterine, you know, and it's, and all these different things. And it's like, you know, if I hadn't done the testing, I would never have known. Doctors won't do the testing, of course, but I've run out of options, you know, but, oh boy, I pray that you have, that magically gets better.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? I magically got better from the stroke. I shouldn't have. And I magically was able to walk again and talk again, which I was on the way to the nursing home. So, you know, miracles happen.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't feel like there's anything wrong with me, but yeah, like him showing me the imaging and kind of telling me like this is dangerous still. It's like I thought we got past the dangerous part. But I guess not.
Have you had any readings where certain family members are around you to protect you and heal you?
I've had readings where the pulmonary embolism comes up.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ask your spirit guide and stuff to help heal you at all? Surround you with golden light and.
Well, in my readings, it's like they've been getting on like go to a specialist, get to a doctor, start walking more, you know, lose weight.
I have to do it in a pool to keep mobile because walking is very difficult, you know.
Yeah.
In a nice warm pool with someone bringing me drinks. No, I'm just kidding. A nice warm pool with the noodle, you know. That's And I haven't gotten back to that again, and I've been doing the wrong thing. Of course, diet. So maybe it's a new cycle.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe if you can find a warm pool to walk in or sit in, even sit in. Hot tub.
Oh yeah, I wish I had a pool. I miss swimming.
I can't swim. I almost drowned because my Tiva shoe floated out in the water because I live by the ocean, and it started floating out, and so I had to run I like was going after the Tiva because they're expensive.
Yeah.
Tiva shoe, you know. So I get out there, I grab the Tiva finally, and I'm like, I don't remember how to swim. And all these surfers and stuff are all on the beach, and people they don't realize I'm dying, you know.
That's
from my
horrible.
Tiva. So I'm floating on my back, you know, and doing the doggy paddle, and I'm like, oh my God, that was horrible. But I got my Tiva.
Yeah.
I was younger, so you know that mattered more.
You know what's weird? It's like after I do a day of reading, the next
Mhm.
day I'm really tired.
Oh wait, of course, because it takes a lot out of you.
So how do those readers like who are famous do it every day back to back?
They
Like,
they have to rest a lot. You know, like the ones on TV and stuff. I've heard a lot of times they have to go to the hospital and get their blood you know, infusions and stuff like that
mm,
because it takes so much out of your body. You know, I
I
mean,
could see that.
and you've been doing it back to back to back to back. You know, the energy you have is probably very minimal at this point. You know,
Yeah.
you're like giving it all, and you're like, why am I tired? Well, you've been doing a lot. You're like,
Right.
I am gonna do this right. I don't care if it kills me.
I am a perfectionist when I'm giving y'all's readings. Like if I get things wrong or it's not that good of a reading, I will seriously beat myself up about it.
But see, all of the people that you know you see on TV, they're like, they don't always get it right. That's part of it, you know. They don't
Yeah.
always get it right, and they have, you know, you have to accept that. People have to accept that you know what you're getting is what you're getting, you know. And
Yeah.
sometimes
It's either right or wrong.
yeah, and you shouldn't beat yourself up over that. But that's everything I've seen on TV. I watch Bella Sloan.
Okay.
Sloan Bella. Have you seen her?
Mm-mm.
She swears a lot, but she is really lets you know it's something you should really watch. But she swears a lot because she really tells you about different things in spiritual world, you know, and you know how it is draining, and she doesn't do readings back to back to back. You know,
Okay.
you need to rest. Everyone that I've known needs to rest. The person that I use for energy healing, at the night before, her spirit guides are talking to mine, so that takes a lot. You know, during the reading and the healing, she's yawning a lot because
Yeah.
of all of that. You know, you got to give your body a little bit of a break. I know I'm type A too, you know, to the max. When I'm up, I'm up. When I'm down, I'm down.
I think
you know,
I think I just go overboard with it because I have so much fun doing it, and then it's like,
yeah,
oh, I'm
it's
drained.
hard to stop when you find something you enjoy, you know, but you have to give yourself a break because you are doing something that's taking a lot out of you. And if your
Yeah.
system is a little down, that's even taking more out of you.
True that.
That's why I was like, do you ever sleep?
Here lately, no. Ever since I went to the hospital, no. It's like that's why I just get on live because it's like I
Yeah.
want somebody to talk to.
I totally understand that. I used to, because I don't sleep
Stop
at night
it.
because of the pain. But then it's like I'd go on like support groups, and everyone had worse pain than the other person. It's like I don't want to hear
Yeah.
that shit, you know. It's like so. It's fuck you fibromyalgia's one site that gives you quotes and makes you kind of feel better. Makes me feel better about like just what you're going through. You know, you accept what you're going through. You know.
Yeah.
Plus it says the F word, and that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah, that thing makes me feel better too.
It's just, you know, it's part of my life, that F word. I guess my family said I was a truck driver since I was young, you know.
Oh, that's
And
funny.
it's like they say it's a noun, a verb, and an adjective when I start talking. But you really should give yourself a break on this because if your body's not really healthy, you know,
Yeah,
you might not be connecting well too. So
that's very true.
might not be, you know, that you're not getting it. It's just your body's not interpreting it well, you know.
Yeah,
You got to heal your body a little bit.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Get your vibrations up, you know.
Yeah, because I just totally like, oh no. After reading, I just totally feel like really drained. And it's
Yeah.
every time. So it's
Oh,
like I need a day or so in between.
I don't doubt it because you are taking in energy, you know. Your body is, if it is sick, you know, which it sounds like it's got a little issue.
Yeah.
No problem. See, I have to take 4 days down when I'm to be up, and then I'm 4 days down. So, you know, if your body is not healthy and you need rest, you know, you need more rest. Probably you need to begin with, you know, um, and this has taken a lot out of you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
the
know
sleep thing is a big issue too because it's like I don't know why, but I've had insomnia and it's like I'll get to sleep, but then I wake up like a couple hours later.
oh, yep, 3 hours for me. Every
Hmm
3 hours, and you know, every 3 hours, and then it's like sometimes like I'm like, oh, I had 3 hours. Okay, now I can start my day. You know, and it's like then you feel like shit, and then you're like you can't get anything done.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
miserable, and you can't think, and you're like, what was I needed to do? So it's like I end up surfing on market place, like just looking at what's for sale near me, you know, and it's like I get stuck, you know. Oh, look at there's a little thing, you know, and it's like,
I end up like staring at the wall just thinking. Like I procrastinate on like my house chores and the things I
mm.
need to do. And I just end up like sitting in my chair just staring.
Do you journal at all? Because
No, I used to.
when things get really I cannot slow my brain down at all at night, and it's like,
Okay.
so I always keep a clipboard, piece of paper, and a pen, and if you know, and then I just write out as much as I can because it'll be there tomorrow, you know, everything that I'm thinking, you know, and it's like letting go of it till tomorrow. You-
Okay.
and then I'm because I have it there the next day, everything that I was thinking, and it was just kind of letting go.
Okay. Bostet, hold on, let me let her out of the room. She's
Okay.
gonna drive me up the wall. You should have heard her last night throwing a temper tantrum. She was bad.
This was the puppy.
Oh, this one's my 14-year-old cat.
Oh,
Come on, Bostet. Okay. Bossy thing. She acts like
What
she acts like she can't go out of the room unless I'm with her. And it's so frustrating.
scared?
Well, she was traumatized when she was about 3.
Oh,
We had an accident with the door and her tail got amputated.
oh,
And so she acts scared of the other animals, and she acts like I have to walk her to escort her everywhere she goes.
oh.
And it's like, no, Basta, you go on your own. You're a big girl.
You're 14 now.
Yeah.
Can't walk you everywhere.
No, it's annoying.
Oh, poor little
I,
girl.
I try to be patient with her because she's getting old, or she
Yeah.
is old, but
Yeah. You'll miss the day when you don't have her to walk out the door, to walk with. But
yeah.
she'll be there. She'll be by your side. All you have to do is call him. I call my 20-year-old cat all the time, and he lays on my chest. He used to
Aw.
hit me with his paws right here, but I could feel his warmth. I call him, and he comes. I was told to do that, because I was just so devastated. I mean, the longest relationship I've had, 20
Yeah.
years. I'm like, and he was a very sweet cat.
Yeah. We had one live to be about 24.
Wow.
Yeah.
What type of cat was that?
Orange and white tuxedo.
Oh, a tuxedo, really?
Mhm.
With that little paw and the white and the.
Yeah. Like he looked like a cow kitty.
Mine was a white, orange and white tiger, but
Okay.
they say they have like a calming personality, typically. I, I we've had all kinds. Now we have 5.
Yeah.
And I stayed at the apartment last night, and I miss them so much. It's like, you know,
Aw.
you don't invite people into your apartment there, to walk around and be a cat, That's kind
Right.
of so. And one cat has a paw issue, so it's like he's bonded, attached to me, But I had appointments at the apartment area, so I had to go up there. So I'm like, I'm back now. Hi, I
Yeah.
can sing you a song.
Aw. When I was in the hospital, Basta acted like she didn't even know me when I came home.
She was
I'm just like,
mad.
you traitor.
Yeah, she was mad.
She was mad.
They hold a grudge. They absolutely hold a grudge.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I've spent the day giving squirrels peanuts, okay? And I got one to come up and smell my boot.
That's funny.
And so they have squirrels all around this. It's a big apartment, and there's people that feed the squirrels in it. And I'm like, you're hungry. I don't have any peanuts. I just gave a neighbor a bag of peanuts. So I stole it back.
Yeah.
So I feed them.
Get in here. Basta, I'm going to open the window for you. You do window. Mommy, no. Getting on my nerves.
Can you show me her?
Basta?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
See. She went by the window, so I can't really get it too good.
Well, at least most cats, like when you're on like Zoom or stuff, they show you their butts.
Yeah, they get involved.
It's like a lot of times I have different cats that want to come in when I have a healing.
Camera facing back. Okay, if you can see her at the window, and excuse my dirty room.
No, don't mind to say it's a bunch of bags. So
Busted.
bust
Busted.
bustet
Yeah.
BOST.
BASTET.
Oh, well, she's very interested in something out the window.
Birdies.
So is it
Yeah.
warm there today?
What's what?
Is it warm there today?
Yeah.
Like
It's
summer?
rainy. It's rainy, but it's in the 70s, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm in New Hampshire, so it's a little bit colder, but I wear shorts all year long and people yell at me, put shorts on. And my mom is with me and she's like, she won't listen to me, so she's not gonna listen to you. You know?
Right.
I like the shorts and the sandals. Just they're comfortable. Pants are in the way, it just layers and then they always fall off of me when I try to do something. And shoes. Shoes always fall off of me. I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back.
Okay.
She has a cat named Fox. Oh, I want to tell you. Okay, what I was saying is, um, I got an email from the energy worker that I work with, and I usually just say hi, just to check on her and her cat. And she said, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "I think I could use a healing." And she said, um, "You know, set up a time." And she's like, you don't have to pay me anything. And I
Oh,
go,
wow.
I'm like, well, why? She's like, well, I was told that you needed a healing. And I'm like, well, who's bugging her now? Is it Nancy, the one that yesterday, the one that was talking, to you? And I'm like, someone saying something for her to
Help
contact
you
me
out.
to have, and I'm like, hmm, you know, you something not good, or
That's
if something,
interesting.
yeah, something somewhere or something. If for her to contact me because interesting.
It was
We'll
just
see what
creepy.
happens. Well, you live and learn.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Lisa, she has a good personality, so it's like like I could joke with you, I could joke with her, so we joke through things, and but she's very serious about what she does, and but I have all these papers that I've written from her of notes from her spirit guides that connect with mine, and it's like I can't keep up with them all.
Yeah.
If you see someone talking to you, just let me know and so you can do the reading or something, but you got to slow down.
Yeah, I know.
Especially because they're now telling you something's going on. Before you
Yeah.
would ignore it. Now it will take a lot of energy out of you, and you don't know if something's attaching to you either.
What do you mean by like encountering so many spirits?
Yeah, because that drains your energy because that's how you connect. But if something's attaching to your illness,
Oh,
because your lower vibration and your health's bad, it could be attaching to you because it's easy.
gotcha.
Because that's I didn't realize. Oh my God, my health is. I have to. I'm not doing what I should. I don't know what to do, but the lower vibration makes it easy prey.
Yeah. I
And you
can
don't,
see that.
you know, I mean, and because you have that ability and you have illness to begin with, it's wiping you out.
Yeah, yeah. I
Now you
think
have
it definitely makes me kind of a target, and it's like I need to heal myself a little bit.
yeah, or see if you can find someone that does energy work. Do you know
Yeah.
anyone that?
No, see, that's why I decided like I'm not going to completely stop doing like readings. I'll do it like 2 times a week,
Mhm.
but like the discussions in between, that's kind of y'all healing me. Like
Yeah,
I get my cup filled that way.
yeah. It feels good to connect when you can't connect with a lot of people.
Yes.
Um, you know, because they look at you strange, and then you say, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
My word to everyone. So, do you have an energy healer, someone that you can connect with?
No, see, my area doesn't have anything spiritualist or anything like that at all.
You can. I found mine online, you know, with the voodoo doll. So let me see if would you talk to mine if I could get you some sort of deal or some sort of if I could do something to have her connect with you just to make just to make sure everything's okay, because they could be feeding on that illness and that worries me.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
I'll consider it. I'm really broke. That's the only
Yeah,
thing.
I understand. I'm on disability and everything goes for medical. I just bought
Yep.
a new wheelchair used, and the guy put the wheels on backwards.
Oh
So
God.
I'm spinning around, and people are like looking at me like, "Did you fall?" And I go, "I can't walk sometimes," And there are only a couple people in that development and it's elderly, disabled, that use wheelchairs.
Huh.
Most people are, if they have a problem, they use one of the walker type of thing where they can sit down. They don't need a wheelchair. I can't walk. So it's like they're looking at me like, how do we handle this? It's like, because I'm younger than them. And it's like, I can get around now, and I
Right.
just found the speed button. I'm going to be knocking them all on the floor.
Run them over.
Yeah. Was chasing a squirrel today. I mean, in the wheelchair. Because he needed a peanut. He ran away from the peanut. So I had to go get after him. I go, come
That's funny.
They're more entertaining than people,
Oh yeah, animals definitely are. I love animals.
I put the popcorn out for the raccoon tonight. So I'm waiting for it. I put carrots out because we do have bunnies. We saw the ducks, the mated ducks. Like I'm calling them the Smiths now. But now
Okay.
they're the Smiths. They came early for dinner, and I'm waiting for. I haven't seen. We don't have as many squirrels as in the city which is not really a city, because all the trees are dying.
Yeah.
So it's like, but there's a lot of squirrels there. The first day I was there, I laid on the ground and I was talking to the birds and stuff, and they're like, what is this? Because they're smoking away, angry about everything. And
Yeah.
I'm laying on the ground, like swarming around, like, hello, earth. Hello, trees.
Yeah. I do that. Well, I used to when I was like smaller, but I would go and sit in my
It's
front
like,
yard.
I still do it now, like hello bush, hello sky, and then
If I sat down on my front yard, I wouldn't be able to get back up.
I have to have my brother come and get me up, or I
Okay.
use the phone to call my mom to help me up. So don't worry about it. It's like I stay there for hours, and it's like maybe I should call someone to help get me up. So you're being in touch with nature. You're grounding yourself. You might need help, but everyone needs help, you know?
Yeah.
I without the wheelchair, I just lay there. You know. But you know, I need help. So, you know, I have to accept that I need a wheelchair. This is a new exception. But it doesn't look like a wheelchair. It's a speed demon.
It's a speed demon.
Yeah. Well, it looks more like it's just metal. It's not black, you know, electric.
Okay.
Did you see someone? Is anyone?
No. I'm saying okay to the electric wheelchair.
And everyone likes it. You know, they give it a try and they're like, this is fun. You know, and I'm very clumsy, but I'm not bumping into walls as much.
Oh, that's good.
I did run my mother over a couple times, but you know, and I got the beach bag works. You know, one of those really heavy beach bags, you know, that with the big wheels
Hmm.
is really working well to put my stuff in for like a cart because they don't have disabled like carts for people. You know,
Okay.
how do you shop? How do you put things, you know? I can't put things in the back of me because of the implant. I'm not really supposed to do that. So the beach cart with the big wheels, you know, that's collapsible, I have power now.
Yeah.
And if I have to, I'll duct tape it.
That make it work. Whatever works,
Like,
right?
to me, you know? Hey. At least I'm not laying on the ground like at Walmart when I couldn't stand. I just lay on the ground.
Right.
People will be like, you know, let people look. And they're like, do you need help? Well, I can't stand. There's no place to sit. I don't, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just going to lay on the ground and wait for this because, you know, you're backed up.
Exactly.
It's like, I don't care. You got to do what you got to do, you know? And people can look, and you know, you leave an impression. I had a therapist who said I have a very unique personality, and I take that in stride.
Is that an insult or a compliment?
I take that as a compliment, you know.
I would too.
He was a great therapist. Well, he was a shrink, actually. I call him Shrinky Dink because, you know, the similar between a psychiatrist and psychology, whatever, confuses me. So I just call him Shrinky Dink.
Yeah.
And, so he would joke around with me, and I said, I'm not having a good day, so I'm not going to make a lot of jokes and good jokes. And he goes, did you ever? And I'm like, oh, that was a good one, you know? And I'm like, so he could like hit it back, you know, the jokes back and forth because that's kind of sarcastic family we are. The
That's
North
good.
making jokes. I'm so happy you put your face out. Did we lose each other?
I guess you couldn't hear me. I had the window open on something else, but I said I'm trying. I'm so like self-conscious of how I look because I don't feel like I'm pretty. I'm very overweight. Like I just don't feel pretty.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I'm having like facial distortion things that I never knew about. I mean, we all go through things, you know, but you
Yeah.
have to. And I'm trying to accept that I'm as beautiful as I think I am. No, I'm just kidding. you know, it's tough. I understand because I, you know, after I got divorced, I didn't want to date because I didn't want anyone to date someone that wasn't up to speed. You know what I mean? Healthy, had a job, you know, was fit, you know, and stuff. And the energy worker said, "That's bullshit." She said that to me. Everyone deserves to be loved. And I said, and I don't listen to people who say things like that. But she says straight to me, "That is bullshit." And I listen to her, for some reason I do. And I'm like, yeah, I guess.
I try to believe that. I just like personally when it comes to like romantic relationships, I don't want one because like I'm healing myself and it's like
Exactly. Mhm.
I thought about it. I don't want somebody sleeping in my bed.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 36.
36. So you're still young, you're going through the process of learning about yourself, you know,
Yeah.
and someone around would kind of deflect what you're trying to do. I would find because it would take away your time. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
And around here it's like people are like you're either going to hell or you're batshit crazy.
you know what I say? I say I am batshit crazy, and I love it. I accept it. Too bad you aren't, because it's much more enjoyable life. You know,
Much more interesting.
oh, absolutely. I just take it as a compliment. You know, it must be hard with having such like a strong religious, you're going to hell type of thing.
Yeah. That's
That
just the area of the country that I live in. It's like literally everybody is like highfalutin Christian and
mm,
judgmental and Bible thumpers.
yeah, my grandma was hitting you with the Bible almost. Like I went to visit her in Montana. I lasted, I think, a day and a half before I got back on that Greyhound bus and went back to Hampton.
Yeah,
I went all through the country and lasted a day and a half with her.
that's sad.
And then I saw, the Bible Belt, and I was like, this is very flat. And then you couldn't get anything on the radio, because, you learn about the different states. And I'm like, you know, she, she was a very different person out there, very
Yeah.
close-minded, what
Mhm.
her other family members said. And I'm like, that's really sad, that you don't have the mentality to just expand it a little bit,
Right, or think on your own.
Oh,
Like you
absolutely.
have to have other people think for you.
Oh, absolutely. I lost a friend of 30 years because he became so angry. Everything he said was angry, and I'm like, I don't need that. I mean,
Mm-mm.
he was a boyfriend a long time ago. He's from Texas, but him and his family, he was following his brothers, were just so angry. I kept blocking him, and then I felt bad. And it's like, you got to move those things out of your life if you can, because that's so unhealthy. It just eats
Right.
on you, and it's sad, because I've lost family members as well as him. And I still feel bad about that, but you can't do that. You have to have you have to think about yourself, and you have to have positive energy coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
I used to look at the sun, and that would help. Or a kid smile, a little kid smile, not an older
Yeah.
kid. Just as, when you give you a smile, because when we had masks, we couldn't see smiles, but a little kid smile or something. A good kid smile, not many
Yeah.
around.
Not one of them evil little fuckers.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. I don't have any. So, there are so many of those. I mean, I have discussions with 70-year-olds about what has happened,
Right.
with the kids as well as their parents, they're not nice people. They only think about themselves, not of their neighbor,
That's how the majority of people are, sadly.
It really is. That's why I like animals.
Yes. Yes.
And I will be out hugging trees anytime I feel like it.
That's a good way to ground, they say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Or lay on the ground. Or
Yeah.
play in the dirt. Yeah. That- So how many are in your family right now? Is it just you with your mother and father?
Yeah. I was taking care of my grandmother, but she died.
Oh, that's a lot. That takes a lot out of you.
Yeah. She lived in the room right across the hall from me.
Oh, that's even harder.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of like mandatory. If you didn't have a choice because
Oh, yeah.
they're in the house. She's probably still there. She's probably looking over your shoulder saying you're going to hell.
No,
You're like,
no, actually, what she's been doing is she's been doing things to get attention to my mom, and
oh,
it's been
really?
scaring the shit out of my mom. And I knew for years I dreaded her dying because I knew she would fuck with us. And
Oh.
sure enough,
Well, obviously, she doesn't think your mom's doing something right if she's scared.
she wants her to acknowledge that she's around, but my mom is like just not accepting of it.
Mm. Unless they actually physically see something, or you know what I mean, if they're not
Mhm.
open to it, like with my mother, who like thought they were chanting over me satanic stuff when I was having Reiki done. If they don't see that difference, they have, and if
Yeah.
they were ingrained with it, of this is heaven, this is hell, and that's it. And if
Yeah.
you're talking to something, you're going.
Well, my grandma, what she did, there's 2 recliners in the den, one for
Mhm.
my mom, one for my dad. And my mom was sitting in her recliner, and my dad's recliner started opening on its own. And my mom freaked out, and she came and she told me about it. And I said, "You're allowed to set boundaries with grandma. Just tell grandma, look, enough moving shit. It scares me."
She didn't blame you for it, did she? Your
I'm
mom?
surprised she
What are
didn't.
you doing?
No, but she came to me kinda, like, for advice, which I kinda liked, like, okay.
So maybe she's got a tinge of, hey, maybe there's something there.
And she also asked me if I sensed grandma on grandma's birthday.
Uh-huh.
So but anytime I've tried opening up and speaking about it, she gets really quiet, or when she found out that I was doing psychic readings online,
Mhm.
she said that I was summoning spirits.
Yeah. My grandmother would have been just like that too. It's like, but when you go to church and what are you doing? You're praying to someone,
Mhm.
summoning, someone to help you. If you're praying, that's hard. That's really tough. Did your grandmother have abilities? Was it your grandmother?
It's on my mom's side. My aunt also has abilities, mostly premonitions,
Oh,
and tried to open up to her about what I experienced, and she
uh-huh.
told me that her abilities are from God and mine are from the devil.
Have you said, hey, auntie, let's have a talk?
And she's a
Oh,
minister too.
what? Oh, you really got it all from all sides, didn't you?
Mhm. And so why is it okay for her to be psychic, but, oh, I'm from the devil? Like, it just pissed me off.
Oh, of course. I mean, it runs through families. So, you should have a little talk with her now.
Yeah,
So, you had premonitions, huh? Hmm. Guess what? I'm not doing anything bad. I'm
right.
talking to you right now, huh? Tell her.
Caught my grandfather, talking through my mom or shopping through my mom. He had a shopping addiction,
Oh, okay.
and, when he died, we'll catch him shopping through us. Like, he was also a plant lover.
Uh-huh.
So one morning, I just kept thinking, "I need plants for my room, like maybe some little plants.
Mhm.
And I go to tell my mom, like, hey, mom, we should get some house plants. And she was already on QVC.com, which was his favorite shopping network,
And she's buying 'em?
buying plants. Yes.
Hey, mom, what is that?
Guess,
You know, hey, what's going on, huh?
guess what? Grandpa talked to you,
Yeah.
talked through you.
Grandpa's working you. Devil? No? You know, it's like, grandma and grandpa are like beating on them now, you know, beating on, trying to prove to them that you are okay. You
Yeah.
know, they're trying to back you up because, so you have that security, you know.
Yeah.
I went to, I didn't understand stuff, so I went to an empath group support group to understand because, you know, we didn't discuss it a long time ago, and I didn't realize we had, you know, stuff, other lines of different abilities and stuff, and it's because you don't grow up with that, you know, you don't
Right.
discuss that, and then it's like, oh, okay, you know, you feel more like, okay. Because you know you don't know what that is either.
Right.
Like, you know, or someone says you're very intuitive. I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
Right. Exactly.
It's like, well, that's great, but what does it mean? What do I, you know, do with it?
That's what I questioned, like, when all this stuff first started coming on and was having these experiences, I wanted to know what it meant. Like,
Yeah, because where do you go?
well, why the hell is this happening to me and nobody else? Am I crazy? Have I lost my mind? Am I special? Like, is there other people like me? If so, where are they? I'd like to talk to them.
The funny thing is, when I was talking Hungarian, I freaked the hell out of my brother. So that's for all the shit you've said to me. Because he's like, get out! What? What's going on? You know, because he doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, I'm more special than you. Well, hopefully, that must be very tough growing up that way. I mean,
Yeah. It honestly made me hate Christianity. Like, no offense to anybody who's Christian, just don't push it on me.
yeah.
Like, and now that the spiritual stuff opened up, it made me see the spirit world in a different light.
If I didn't get sick, I wouldn't have been in the situation I am now because I was not looking at that. You know, I grew up. My dad was atheist. My mom was Christian, and you know, he kind of overruled what happened in the house. You know, religiously. So I didn't even think of that. But getting sick, things change.
Yeah.
They change a lot. And I'm like talking to mom, putting like spiritual music on the radio, like I'm like, Mom, did you ever think this would happen?
Yeah.
And she's like, because she likes it.
Okay.
Let's see.
I need to take headache medicine.
Oh no, go ahead. Let's see. I wanted to show you. Let's see, Riley. Well, no, that's Timmy. He actually was a Turkish Angora cat that we got from North Carolina. And he's a crazy cat. I was trying to put a Riley on, who's a black cat. He's been known now to change the time on the clock.
Okay.
He opens doors. He starts the cat toy already by himself.
Black cats are very smart.
Oh, they are, aren't they? Oh, extremely. My God, they are so intuitive, so connected. And whenever I'm sick,
Bastet, she understands every word that I say.
who?
Like my cat.
Oh, your cat. Yeah.
She
Oh,
understands everything and she even responds to what I'm saying. And people, when they see that, they're like, is she responding to you? Yep.
is she your familiar? Familiar? Is it familiar?
I
Is that
guess
what
she would be.
if you have that sort of back and I think it's called a familiar. I don't know. I'm not really good with words. Yeah, probably. You have
Yeah.
that bond type of thing where you
Yeah. She's my
know.
girl.
Oh, and has she been healthy for the
Yeah, she's getting older, so she's like losing weight.
hmm
Um, and that worries me because that's usually a sign that things are gonna go downhill soon.
Yeah. My
But I'm
my
just
cat had diabetes. She was losing
mm,
weight and stuff, but the injections, she lasted a long time. Not, I mean,
yeah, if anything's come down to it, I could take her to the vet, and if they tell me it's stomach cancer like the other
yeah.
one's got, I'll just
Mm,
have to deal with it. It'll kill me, but
it. I was told, there's a squirrel with a hurt paw, and I die every time an animal is hurt or is dead. I see dead on the road. It just like I grab my heart, because it just kills me. Um,
yeah.
um, but my friend, I'll just call her Sylvia because that's her name, the energy healer. She's like, you have to accept the fact that he's not going to be there for a long time,
Mhm.
and that it's time to go, and I'm not good with that, but I never saw him again. But I still, if I see, you know, someone hurt, or I will beat the hell out of someone to protect an animal,
Oh, yeah, me too.
you know,
Me
or
too.
to, it's, they're just, they're so um, wonderful.
They're innocent.
They are. And the things
Well,
that are,
no, my grandma had a wiener dog who was not innocent. He was an asshole.
maybe it was a person before. And that's
He
why it
was
was metered.
he was a prick. Like, they had an old wiener dog,
Mhm.
and, he lifted his leg and pissed in his face.
That
Like,
must have been a really, some
bad
sort of
dog.
a person in the past that was horrible to people. Now he's a wiener dog.
Yeah.
He's not just a regular dog, he's a wiener dog. So
And he would piss on everything, but it's like to piss in an elderly dog's face. Like,
Mm.
what kind of an asshole are you?
I know the changing of when the animals get older, like with the cats, changing of the guard, I guess.
Mhm.
It's really tough because it's like, wait a minute, that the cats will do that too to the older
Mhm.
cat. Just it's like, wait a minute, we will not have that
They'll
here.
start bullying. Yeah, our cats,
Mm,
when my dad's dog got elderly, our cats would bully her
mm,
because she was unsure of herself when she would walk. She
mm.
didn't wanna fall. So
Yeah,
they would, like, twist and wind around her legs trying to trip her.
kind of. Yeah, it's
Mm.
that's why I've become attached to the older cat. It was because we brought two new ones in because I lost one and we lost a previous black cat who was kind of nurturing one of the new baby cats. That's the
Okay.
one that you can see, Timmy. um, when we brought him in, we had a black cat named Max, and he was like being the mother, to him. And then we lost him, and Timmy was lost,
Yeah.
So so I adopted another one from a shelter in North Carolina, and that was Riley, and he gets into a lot of trouble,
Oh.
but he is very loving, and he rolls into a sea, and you can rub his tummy. Now, I've never had a cat you could rub his tummy.
Yeah, that's rare.
Isn't it? It's he like drops like he's gonna hurt himself on the ground, and he wants to be his tummy rubbed. Very unique. But knows they all encircle me when I'm on my bed and I'm sick, and I have no room.
Yeah.
It's like this is great, but and they all want a hand on them, and there's 3 of them in there. 2 little young boys and an older cat, and I'm like, this is not gonna work because I'll get in a position and I will not be able to get out.
Yeah.
It's like this is not good if I stay in one position too long. So I'll be like calling my brother, calling my mother, my dad, someone, can you help me get up? That's their role now.
Speaking of cats, my mom's little girl, she's a tortie calico.
Uh-huh.
She's messing with me right now. They're
Oh, is
always
she?
messing with me. They always bully me, and they gang
Oh.
up on me too.
Oh, you have to stand your ground. You tell that little girl.
Well, she does the whole in and out, in and out, in and out.
Oh,
And
yes.
I opened the window and she came in, and now she wants to go out of my bedroom. Like, I'm not a door.
I know that's a problem. When I moved back, I wanted to have my door shut, but I couldn't because of the cats.
Mm-hmm.
You want to kind of have privacy,
Yeah.
but it's like I've ended up just leaving the door open because I want the cats to come in, and I don't want to hear or meow,
Mm-hmm.
But so I go back and forth,
It's
Yeah,
annoying.
that's a bitch. It is a bitch. So I was like trying to get hey, maybe if I get a cat door, I was like even getting to that point of getting a cat door so they could, but yeah. So now I just, I sleep on the floor most of the time because of my back. So they have the top bed part, and I am under the bed. So I do have some privacy under there.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's weird, but it's the only thing good for my back, is the floor. So, well, you got to do what you got to do.
No, I get it.
It's great seeing you. I hope you take care of yourself. Give yourself a little bit of rest because I think that's taken a lot of your energy out of you.
Yeah. I just found something and I was like having fun with it. So I was like doing it day and night.
I can't give up something if I'm happy with something. That's why I end up beating myself down because I'm like, this is so much fun. I'm not going to stop. You know what I mean? It's almost
that's what I was doing.
it's like nonstop. And then you're like, oh, I feel like shit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's got to be something that you could still do it, but not maybe at least
Every day. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe just give your body a little bit chance to heal. Call your spirit guides and stuff like that to come help heal you, because they're all around you.
What do you think about doing like discussions like we did here, like just chatting when I'm not doing readings?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good idea, or do you think?
I think it's a good idea because you can connect if because you put yourself out there, and that's a big step. Just putting yourself out there on the screen, saying free readings. You don't know who you're going to get, and I was like, this is exciting. So I think you can draw people that might want to talk, that don't have any people to talk to,
right?
You, because it's still kind of a full area.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they would consider you schizophrenic. You're hearing voices in your head. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think it's a great idea.
I was thinking like talk days could give me a break and kind of fill my cup, give me somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And also like I don't know, because I noticed everybody who I've been giving readings to, I've been giving a reaction out of them. They want to talk afterwards.
They probably just want, yeah, they probably don't know what's going on. Maybe
So
they
I,
have some ability. I think
yeah,
that's a great idea. Just put out there, let's talk, or something. Let's chat about, things so you don't have to give so much of your energy. I think that's an awesome idea because so many people don't understand and don't know what's going on, you know?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I would be there. I would watch, and I'd make fun of you, and me with my cat face.
Oh,
How can you not love a cat face? You know what I mean? It's like,
oh, my neck. I love cat faces. They're so
oh,
cute.
I love those little tiny things where the cats interact with other animals, and like they take them on as their own.
Oh, yeah.
Like a pig and a cat, or you never know.
I've
Or
even seen a mouse and a cat before
yeah, or they rescue a baby of a different animal,
and
and
give it to the mother cat. Yeah.
oh my god, I could stay on that forever. You know what I mean? If I'm
Yeah.
down, and then I have to bring it to my mom. Mom, look at this, and hours go by, and it's like. But I think that'd be a great idea if you have like just have um live talking. Um you
Yeah.
know,
People know that Tuesdays and Thursdays are reading days. And, you
can you
know,
do it Zoom? I don't think you have to pay for it.
yeah,
Mm.
I can make a Zoom.
And so then you would be able to just have people log into the Zoom and connect. And I think it might be easier. So you won't have to have this time limit.
Yeah. I'd have to figure out how to live stream it and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But
it shouldn't be too difficult. You just have to sign in, and then invite people, send them a link, and then they pop in. So that might be, and then you can have a lot of people at once
okay. Yeah.
because I think that might make it easier because clicking made it hard because I couldn't use it on my phone, and then I used my and people that aren't
Yeah.
used, a lot of people are used to Zoom at this point because they've had to. I mean, even my mom's garden club,
Yeah.
of course, with animals going by showing their butts. Every person has an animal, and they have to show their butts to the camera.
I thought it could also be like a good thing, like because people are coming in asking for readings, but they don't know what they're asking for. They
Yeah.
think they're getting a tarot reading.
Hmm.
And so I was thinking like these discussion days, like people can ask questions about what a mediumship reading is, what a medium is, how is that different from a psychic or a tarot reader?
And you'll
Um,
probably get a lot of people that have knowledge on stuff that can add to it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And like, so it's a multi. Everybody can talk to each other and take over like an idea of this is the subject for tonight. Or so it's not so draining. I think that would be a great idea because then you'll learn too.
yeah,
Learn more. I think that's a wonderful idea. Save your body a little, but still connect. You know.
yeah.
So
It'll take a while to get people because like right now it's like I'm only getting a little bit of people coming, but people are coming back and some nights I don't get anybody and some nights I get a lot of people. So
yeah. Well, just throw it out there like you did with the live readings. Live discussion. If you put live, everybody likes it. They all go to it. No
okay.
matter what it is, put live. And then, if you have the link, they'll all go to it. And then, if people want to talk, they will, they'll all connect. people want to connect when it comes to this subject because they don't know, and
Yeah.
there's not much out there for literature. There's certain people that have a lot of information, very knowledgeable people, but it's like you want to get that support group because obviously you don't have it in your house. maybe
Yeah.
maybe grandma and grandpa are helping out, but you don't have it in your house, and you need that to just health wise.
Oh yeah.
The negativity of that will beat on you if you know don't the go to hell and everything else like that. That's just that adds to your health. I mean, that beats
It
on
really
you.
does.
That's just like hatred or anger. That's anger. Just
It is. It's hatred, and it's like it. I mean, I could be a big adult girl, and who cares what mom and dad think? Because I'm 36 now. But it breaks my heart because I didn't ask for this to happen to me, and
and you're
I
stuck at
don't.
home. You're stuck
Yeah,
where you
and I
are.
don't have anybody to relate to.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that just want to talk because, they're lonely. They might have some sort of ability they don't know or understand. And I think you really should do that,
Okay.
it will really, I think it will take a weight off of you a bit, knowing that there are other people there because you don't have that at home, yeah,
Yeah, that's a
you know,
good idea.
I'm surprised that you have gone forward and have these live things with that atmosphere.
Yeah.
No, you're destined to do this because you've gone through it, even though you're in a household that is against it.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you're kicking ass. I think it's great.
Well, the energy just built like for years I've been getting on here like every once in a while and reading but stopping. But now it's like I don't know, the energy is just there and it's like I wanted to get the energy out.
Yeah, you're forced to because it beats inside. It's inside of you, and it's like
Yeah. It's
So
like I'm picking up on all these things like spirits and like after I got out of the hospital, like I was able to see them with my eyes,
wow, that's your
which is rare,
abilities.
and I tell them not to do that, but
Yes, until you're comfortable, at least you know. But it's like it's your spiritual path that you're going down, whether or not your parents like.
yeah.
That's that's I think that's very commendable. I'm very impressed because that is a difficult situation.
Thank you.
I mean, seriously, because I understand being home and ill, okay? Because
Mhm.
I've been since 2011, I've been home and ill. But to do something when you have all the chaos of energy, because you can feel the energy of the people that don't like it.
Yeah.
That's I'm very impressed. You know.
I'm rebellious.
Well, we all gotta be, the special ones. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. I think it's a good idea. And if you need any help, let me know.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we'll figure it out. I used to do that stuff, so we'll figure it out,
I appreciate that.
and then you can, create a safe place. And you never know what will stem from that.
You know,
And
I I asked in a group of mine because I'm on Facebook. I'm in some groups for mediums to exchange readings with other mediums, and then you could give each other feedback.
uh-huh.
Um, and I asked if anybody would let me practice on them, but would let me record them
Yeah.
so I
What they
could put
say.
it. This one woman just kind of just went off on me.
Mm.
and saying it was such a bad idea, and you don't know what you're inviting with YouTube is just a bunch of
Why
desperate
is she on there?
people.
It's like, well, why the fuck are you on there if you or have this issue with it?
And she said, reading publicly may pose problems because personal things come up in readings, but people who are getting on the live understand that, I think.
And if they don't, you explain to them how you do it and what you're doing, and a lot of people are just there to smash you down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
First of all, it's like if you go on a website for some sort of ailment, there'll be a lot of people that are from the medical companies there to smash you down. I mean, there's always going to be those people. I found a lot of Facebook groups. I've been treated like shit because
Mhm.
I've asked a question about something. So then I tell them to fuck off, and then I I cancel my group thing. A lot of
Yeah.
them are set in their little clique, and they really don't want to invite anyone in. You know what I mean? Even if it's a group of talking about one subject. If you have the startup of a group, you control how things go. I found a lot of rude fucking people in Facebook.
Yeah.
They're just like, I asked about doing something with an RV, and this guy says, because I wanted a place out of the house, and this guy goes, I think you should go talk to someone that can tutor you. And I go, you don't fucking know what you're talking about. I can do blah, 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 and all this stuff. And then I said, fuck you. And then I got rid of, and they were like, you're a great American. And I'm like, him, the guy. So
Yeah.
he's always a great American. And because I asked a question, because I wasn't there at the start of the group, I'm like, I needed to go find someone that could tutor me on how to do things.
Yeah.
Well, you.
Well, this woman, it's like, if you don't want to be recorded, then don't do it. And I'll find somebody who is down for it.
Say,
And
then go.
I said, like, she asked me, like, basically what my deal was. And I was like, honestly, I'm just new to this and I'm seeing if I could do this and I'm putting myself out there. And then she pinpointed, she's like, what do you mean by honestly? What do you, you mean an
She was
honest
just starting
reading?
a fight with you.
Yeah, she kept on and she would not stop with the, what do you mean by honestly? And it's like, it's a filler word, honestly.
Do you know how to critically think? Do you know how to talk? You know what I mean? Some of
Yeah,
the people just go to spread hatred, and you just say, fuck you,
yeah,
stop talking to me. If you don't like, we don't need to talk. I know there's better ways to say things, but I always say, fuck you,
yeah,
because they're being fucking rude. Like, it's like people tell me what I should do for my health, and I'll be like, my dad said when I was young, if it didn't involve, if I was not, if it wasn't about me, to stay the fuck out of the situation. And so I tell them that, stay the fuck out of my situation. Take care of your own medical health, because, people are so apt to judge, and you don't need that.
and they tell you what you already know. And it's like, I've discussed this with my doctor, leave me alone.
Yeah. It's like, they told me I lose my eyesight all the time. You should have eye surgery. You know what? I said to the woman, and then she said, oh, you need to go see a shrink. And I go, I heard you wanted to talk to me. Oh no, you were talking about me. And I go, maybe you should work on your own medical issues, because I will work on mine.
Yes.
I said, so stay the fuck out of my business.
People love to tell me how to diet and exercise, and it's like, I'm fat, not stupid.
And is it any of their business?
Mm-mm. It's like, I know how to fucking diet. I've gone over this with my doctor. Like,
And these
I'm
issues just compound the hatred on you.
it's
That,
basically just judgment.
and it's none of their fucking business.
I fired I had a therapist, and she would not quit bringing up my weight and being mean to me about my weight. And every time I would come into therapy, she would be like, "Did you walk this week? How'd you eat this week?" And so finally I fired her. I said,
that's good. Because
I'm setting a boundary. I didn't ask you to mention my weight, but every damn day you mention my weight and then bill me for it.
Is she a nutritionist?
No, she was a
Supposed to be
therapist.
helping you as a therapist, adjust to things.
Yeah, help me deal with my emotions, not
Yes, exactly. That was none of her fucking business.
right.
It's like there are other things going on in your system. There are other things in your life. And a lot of times the anger and just judgment makes everything worse. It just
Well,
makes
she
you
wasn't all that skinny herself, but it's like, I'm going to a weight loss clinic. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah. You know what? I'm trying to deal with things. Mine, yeah, I did that at one job because this one woman was always saying, "Oh, who are you dating? Who do this and that?" And so I said, when my last day, I said, "I know how you got this fucking job. You were sleeping with him." blah, 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 blah. And I went off. You fucking bitch, well, you never burn bridges, but I burnt that bridge really well.
Oh, I burn bridges very well too. Don't worry. Because I have an anger about me. I'm really meek and quiet and like afraid of like conflict. But if you push my button and push my button, I end up getting psycho.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bostet, you're pushing my buttons.
I totally understand. Obviously, you need therapeutic healing. But like with my pain, my shrink one time said, "Have you ever tried meditating?" And I said, "What? I have chronic fucking pain. Have you ever tried fucking pain, chronic pain?"
Yeah.
So I just, and then people are like, meditating. What the fuck do you think I've tried? I've tried everything, you asshole.
Right.
And I said that to him, and it's the guy that I got along with. But it's like people think, their medical plan is gonna help you out.
Yeah.
Diet and weight loss is gonna make everything better. And that's why I got kicked out of Dartmouth Hitchcock for pain clinic because they wanted to enroll me in this workout thing to make me better. Because it was their new plan,
Right.
And I'm like, that doesn't work, does it, Moki? Yeah. So, yeah, I've gotten really nasty as I've gotten older because people, they want to judge you. I've had a primary care doctor that just kept writing down, "Oh, needs to lose weight, needs to lose weight." He didn't tell me that, but it's something he has to check
Put it
off.
on your charts and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And then one nurse wrote in because I took all my records. I printed it all because they will disappear eventually. Okay. And I have hundreds and hundreds of pages from different places. And then it said I was going after opioids. That's the very first thing I've said. I do not want it. Okay. You see these things in your records. Doctors that have said you have this illness or disease, and they never tell you.
Right.
I mean, they have 15
That's kind of
minutes.
how I felt about what happened today, because it's like when I was in the hospital for 2 days, y'all couldn't show me an image of my lungs then. and tell me that my lung tissue is dying. Like, you had to wait 2 months to show me images of my
Yeah, it's like,
lungs
oh, well, we
and
had
tell
to go on
me,
vacation. We had to go on vacation in order to, before we told you that you have something,
right?
They don't care. And prior to the pandemic, I would deliberately hug the doctors, okay, before I left, to remind them that I'm a human being
Hmm.
and I'm not a number, you know. And before the pandemic, after the pandemic, no one touches anybody,
Yeah.
But they get lost in and they're not all knowledgeable, you know.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I've had 4 sinus surgeries now, and I'm still fighting with my sinuses. But they only go to a certain level of what they're educated with, and they don't go further to learn what else is there.
This may be TMI, but when they put me on the Eliquis for the blood clot,
Uh-huh.
I'm getting like period blood, but it's like every other week I'm getting heavy periods.
Is that a steroid of some sort?
It's a blood thinner.
Blood thinner.
It's to he said
'Cause of your
most
clot.
likely the clot that's in my lung, it's to prevent it from getting bigger, and it's to prevent more from forming.
And you have no cancer.
Mm-mm.
That's very unusual. You that really, I mean, that's like all of a sudden I have, some rare disease, and it's like, well, where
Yeah,
the
like
fuck
where'd
did
it
that
come
come
from?
from? It's like, who gave me that? It's a generational curse I've taken upon myself to save the world, because I am such a wonderful person. I will save my family and my younger ones if I had any.
Yeah.
God, I want to cut that soul contract in half, burn it, and I don't want you in my family anymore.
Exactly.
Who's causing a curse on me, I'm so sorry to hear that. They don't know, and that's why I've gone through years of just added illnesses every year. I'm like, oh, okay,
Me
another one.
too. You should see how much medicine I take. Like, I have a whole drawer full of medicine
I
that I
take
take.
20 plus drugs a day.
Yeah.
I got my circular one for the morning. I mean, because I wouldn't know, and then I have the midday and then and the lunch and the dinner, and then you have the nighttime.
Hmm.
It's
And the 2 times a day.
yeah. And now they're saying they're gonna cut down on one because I'm at a toxic level. Oh,
Oh,
ain't
damn.
that great? Do you have pain at all?
Sometimes I get pain in my lungs,
Well, in your lungs.
and they're saying that that's from the necrosis.
What the fuck?
Because
Okay,
I
who
have
the hell's doing that?
I have not only a pulmonary embolism, but a pulmonary infarction, which is
Mhm.
really rare and very dangerous.
That's got to be something genetic or something that's just evilly sent.
I don't know. I wonder if like I've done it by being lazy or gaining weight, or
Yeah. Well,
I used to be a smoker and I had to quit that.
my dad has all these different things, um, lung things with the valve and everything else, and it's found out to be genetic. It's a rare genetic mutation. The high blood pressure, genetic mutation.
Yeah.
It's like all these different things, genetic mutation. So it might contributed to it, but
Maybe because my uncle did have a pulmonary embolism.
yeah, and because that's what I've reached at this point is doing DNA sample, to find out what type of rare diseases or illnesses that I have, to try to find out how to stop something, and it's like, oh yeah, that my relative here had this, you know what I mean? You remember later on.
Mhm.
You need energy healing. Crystals
Yes.
all around you. Poof, I'll sage you.
It saves my lungs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because in 2023, I had respiratory failure.
Have
So
you
I
always
thought
had
I thought they were related, but they're telling me it's not related at all.
Oh, they're probably full of shit.
Right? It's like,
Yeah,
so two life-threatening things happened to my lungs and they're not related.
that's well, they tell me that my stroke was not related to the surgery I had. They said it was medicine anesthesia. I've had that medicine and anesthesia before. It was because I had a blood clot in the back of my head.
Yeah.
That's why I had a stroke. That's why I get the records on everything. So ask for copies of all your records, all your medical records. I know.
No, we are because I'm applying for disability
Yeah.
and I'm having to fight like really hard. They keep denying me, but I'm just like,
Took me 5 years of hearings.
really?
Yeah, 5 years of hearings. And it was tough. Just going to the court every time, and it's
Well,
like,
I can't find a lawyer who would take me either.
really? There's no
Mhm.
like
One
disability.
of them wants me to get my doctor to fill out this damn thing, and my doctor wrote a letter, and they're
Mhm.
saying it's not good enough. He has to fill out the forms. And then this other one said that they're not taking me because I can work because I hold a part-time job.
Well,
But that's like
disabled
2 hours a week.
disabled people still some can work. But the thing, do you have all your records?
Yeah, I had to get all of them.
Okay, because have you read through them?
I haven't, but my dad has.
Okay, because reading through them will really bring about. See, it depends on.
I'm afraid it'll piss me off to read what they wrote about
It
me.
does piss me off every time I read mine. It does, and it hurts because it's you, and it's what they're saying about you. It kills me for days. Okay, it kills me for days because they wrote all this stuff about me, and I have, my medical records. You see the years go by. Oh, you were 27, 39, 50, and
Mhm.
all, and doctors. I've gone to doctor after doctor because a lot of doctors wouldn't take me because my insurance. And then
Yeah.
I've gone through 5 pain clinics. I've gone through all the procedures possible. Neurosurgeons won't do surgery because it's but the way I got disabled was because of my hands, not my back. It was because the certain specialist that they had was a hand specialist.
Hmm.
And first I was considered disabled by being crazy, okay? Which was actually because of the chronic pain.
Yeah.
And then the lawyer and the judge did not want me to go further. And I go, well, the issue is my pain. The issue is these other things. We are going further. It's like, it just drains you. That's a draining thing, having to fight constantly. But I would read through your paperwork because there might be stuff, even if it kills you, there might be things written in there that could be key to you getting disability.
Yeah.
And only you would know because you went through this and then you remember, oh yeah, that day the doctor said this, and I've had so many fights with doctors, but they will break down what's going on with you, but they will not tell you. You know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
and unless it's you looking through it, and I went through 200 last week pages. You know,
Oh, my
and
dad read some of them to me, and they talked about me like I was trash when they
oh,
were diagnosing my depression and all that.
oh, absolutely. I had to get the medical board to give me my records from my first shrinky dink because he
Hmm.
would not give me my records. He's like, "Oh, they're away, this and that." Well, I was, that talks about your depression. Uh, it talks about everything, ADHD, everything else,
Mhm.
and it's like, you won't give it. I need all my records to prove that to the court that I have been seeking help.
Yes.
I went and I won it. He had to deliver all my records to me. The asshole.
Yeah.
You. Oh, I'm sorry, Mookie. Okay, you want to get down? He's a little guy that has the bad foot.
Oh.
So we have stairs now for him to walk down, and I was standing on them.
Oh.
So yeah, it kills me to read all my things because it says, I mean, I was walked out of one physiatrist's office after 5 years, saying, "There's nothing I can do for you." He walked me out to the front desk and said, "You need to go to a pain clinic." I didn't know what the fuck a pain clinic was.
Right.
And no one would take me.
Mm.
So, I spent 3 years trying to get into a pain clinic because they don't consider you human, but
See,
they
that's
will
kind of what
break.
I'm going through with therapists. They tell me that my PTSD is so severe that I need a specialist. But there is no specialist.
Have you tried the light eye thingy therapist?
EMDR.
Yeah.
That's who that lady who kept calling me fat,
Oh,
she was supposed to be.
people like
But I can't find
not be
anybody who
about.
specializes in any of this stuff.
Mm. I wonder if you could find one online that you could do telemedical medicine.
Well, the fat clinic or the weight loss clinic, I call them the fat clinic,
Yeah.
they're referring me to a binge eating specialist. So I'm going to focus on a lot of my eating disorder
Uh-huh.
issues
Yeah.
because that was the beginning of my trauma.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Well, you should start in the beginning, huh? Heal the inner
yeah.
child. Heal your inner child first.
And I
Yeah.
figured, I'm not going to tell them all my issues because they probably would reject me too. But I'll just focus on the eating and then I'll find another person who specializes in bipolar or whatever.
No, but if you have issues like that you've gone through, because we all have like some issues. I think everyone has, um, it's tied into the eating, because it helps you control,
Mhm.
a way of control. Yeah, I was anorexic and they tried to get me into a clinic and I'm like, no. I weighed like, I think I could use a hair bandana as a bra.
Yeah.
And it's like, that was my whole beginning of crazy people,
Yeah.
it's like people that, they went to school and all of a sudden they're going to solve your problems. You pay them a lot of money. And most of the time they treat you like shit. You have 15 minutes and, you know, um,
Yeah. Exactly.
it's, I mean, because all that shit all weighs on you too. You ask your spirit guides for healing.
Yeah, I know.
Because they will help bring comfort to you, because obviously you need some comfort. I'm going to send you some comfort. I'm going to send you positive healing energy because I know Reiki. I'm going to save you some stuff from the devil.
That medium that he brought up pulmonary, like he said pulmonary embolism. And he said, I don't know why I'm saying that. And I said, I have a pulmonary embolism. And he's saying, your uncle's coming through for some reason, telling
one
you
that
to
died?
lean on him for support. And that's the uncle that died. Yeah.
Mm.
So maybe I'm supposed to like lean on my uncle for
Oh,
healing.
absolutely. And he's there. If they said that he's there for support, absolutely he's there because he knows what he went through. He doesn't want you to go through.
See, his was only in the leg. Mine has made its way up to the
lungs.
Yeah.
Can't they do some sort of surgical something on?
That's what my mom was asking, because if my lungs are necrotic, that means they're decaying.
Or a stem cell type of situation to regenerate the there's got to be other options, you know what I mean, besides waiting for it.
To cut out the necrotic tissue, at least. I don't know.
The blood thinner's just like a Band-Aid, you know, to keep things flowing.
Right.
But I mean, there must be other options to help heal. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I can't wait till August, because he was saying that he wants to take he wants to give it some time on the blood thinners, like 3 months.
Oh, asshole.
And I know. And then he wants to look at my heart and lungs to see if there's like, if I get scar tissue.
Well, if it's decaying, they should fucking do something now. You know, let's not wait for another vacation he needs to go to. You know,
right.
If he can see it and knows about it.
I'm gonna have to look up what do they do for an infraction.
And then look up specialists, because a lot of times specialists will talk about online about what their options are for it. You know, like I go to Mass General Eye, ear for my sinuses, and everyone has YouTube now. You know, or, the doctors do. They might have a discussion or a meeting with a group of other young students to talk about, this is what it is, this is what we do, you know, because obviously to wait when you know something's going on, you know, he's not doing anything for it. You know what I mean? You know,
it's like, that's kind of what they did in the hospitals. They just put me on blood thinners, they watched me, and then they released me. And that's what my insurance is saying, like, that is basically the only treatment they're going to pay for, is putting me on medication. And it's like, that's all that's done. Like,
you still should look into what the options are, because if you get your uncle and your guides to help you find a way to get whatever options are out there. I even was looking into clinical trials, okay? Because I couldn't find out what was going on with me. There are a lot of, and I don't mean you don't have to go and test yourself as a guinea pig, okay?
Yeah.
But definitely don't let him teach you, you teach him.
Well, one thing that I need to do is I need to go on walks. Yeah. Because they say that usually these are created in the legs and they travel up to the lungs. So if I get in the habit of going on like daily walks, that'll break up some of the blood.
Yeah, the circulation. My dad has like that thing where you stick your legs in and it vibrates, you know.
Yeah.
You know, ask your kitties, rub your legs and move things around. But that's still not going to take care of your lungs. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's something you should definitely do.
I should have asked more questions, but I was just kind of shocked by what he was telling me. And he was telling me as if it wasn't a big deal because he said, people with bigger blood clots, now they really have something to be scared of, but you
You
just
know
have
what?
a little blood clot.
You know what? Tell him, an asshole, find out what can you do about it. Obviously, he
Right.
doesn't know because he would tell you if he knew. He's just focusing on one thing. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. If you die, you die,
Right.
because it's kind of like a separate thing. The blood clot, he's working on getting the blood moving. But your lungs being, decaying or something, right? The next time you go to him, write down everything he says.
Yeah, he showed me and he explained what an infarction is. And he showed me on the images, like at the bottom of my lung is a part that was necrotic. And then on top of that, a bubble of liquid was forming.
So let's wait a while and see if it works out.
Yeah.
What an asshole. I have to say, because he's not doing you any good, because he's not addressing, he doesn't know. That's what I can't see all the time. I went to a specialist. The guy said, my eyes are healthy. And I said, well, why can't I see? He says, what is it? You're an oddity. He told me I was an oddity. That's why I can't see. I go, and this is a specialist, okay? I'm an oddity. That's why I can't see. That makes everything better. You asshole.
Yeah, you asshole.
They are. If they don't know, they just push it back on you or tell you, let's wait.
Yeah, I think you're right that they're just kind of like waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, I guess that didn't work. Well, there's multiple parts in this system not working.
But it is right. Why is there nothing they can do about necrotic lungs?
Obviously, what type of doctor is he?
A pulmonologist?
Well, obviously, he's not a good one. Obviously, I just have to find the power cord.
Okay.
You need to look into what it actually is. It might be genetic, but I mean, there might be something that can actually be done. Because he's not, maybe he's helping with the blood clot, but he's not helping with anything else.
Right.
I have the implant in my spine, and no one will touch me now, okay? Because they're afraid to do anything because, I can't, because they don't know anything about it,
Right.
So it's like medical things are changing, but some doctors don't want to,
Well, he even admitted today that they don't know. He said because usual cases of this, we can find out where it started from. He said, but you're a mystery. We can't figure out where this came from.
It doesn't matter where it came from. The thing is that you have it and you need help. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't matter where it came from. You need someone to help you with it before,
Right.
And there might be something that they're focusing on, or really try to dig into finding out that area, because he doesn't know jack shit.
I'm gonna look it up.
I mean, exhaust yourself trying to look at, maybe not exhaust yourself, but really spend a lot of time, because he's not helping, and he won't, you get pushed off, it's like pushed off. Oh, you'll have to deal with this, well, I could die, couldn't I?
Right. And when it comes to the bleeding, like they say, oh, go to your OBGYN. We don't think it's the Eliquis. And I'm like, it's the Eliquis. And my OBGYN says, oh, we don't know what to do for you.
I was falling down head first going into a wall, okay? And I knew it was my levothyroxine, my thyroid medicine.
Yeah.
The guy would not admit it, okay? I said, this is the only thing that's changed. I am reducing the dose, I reduce the dose. I stop falling headfirst into walls. Huh.
Yeah.
You know, ooh, you know your own body.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
What's it called? Pulmonary.
Infarction.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. If I can spell it. Pulmonary
Infarction.
infarction
Yeah.
and and bark. Oh, infarction. Okay, I got it. See, it's a condition characterized by the death of the lung tissue due to lack of blood supply. Lack of blood supply. Chest pains, coughing, wrist or smoking. C2. Medicine and finding out the underlying cause.
Oh, they're saying it's rare that you may need surgery.
Well, you know what? It would be good to know before you.
Yeah, but it's like if your lung is going necrotic, wouldn't you have to remove that tissue? It's not
or
saying
have
anything
something
about that.
to regenerate it. I mean, it's maintaining oxygen. Oh, great! You're going to have oxygen tank on you. Aggressive treatment may include Institute for Sickle Cell treatment. Intravenous heparin. Okay, if the situation is done, a catheterization.
It just says blood thinners.
Evaluation. It's what he read to you. It's not. I don't believe him. I've had enough times where I was told when I was 20-ish I had chronic fatigue, and they said, "Okay, there's nothing we can do for you." That was before chronic fatigue was out.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you're supposed to spend the rest of your life at home.
My friend Amber, who just. Oh wait, are you still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, my StreamYard's acting funny. It just went blank.
Oh,
Let's see if I
could still hear you. I'm just looking up.
Okay. My friend Amber, she just recently died of breast cancer, but she had fibromyalgia, and they kind of treated her like, "Oh well, we can't do anything for you."
Yeah. Yeah, I have that too, and it is. Well, they always said it's in your head. It's in your head.
They just tried to put her on antidepressants, and when she said that made it worse, they acted like shitty towards her.
Well, they actually act shitty towards women more often than men.
Hey, Colette. We're just chit-chatting. Feel free to share the chit-chat and talk about stuff with us. We're talking about health issues because I have a pulmonary embolism and a pulmonary infarction. So I've been going back and forth to the hospital to treat that. Okay. Let you guys see my ugly face again.
You have a beautiful face. Stop it.
Yeah. They showed me the images of my lungs today, and they're necrotic, and there are several blood clots. So yeah.
I'm still looking.
Okay. They don't know. They say that it's really weird because usually people who get pulmonary embolisms, it is because of an underlying health condition like cancer or heart disease or something like that. But with me, they have no idea why it happened. The best thing you could do for it is what they're saying is take blood thinners, and then hopefully over time that'll thin out the blood clot and prevent further blood clots from growing. But they said that I'm probably going to have to be on blood thinners for a long time, if not forever.
I'm still looking. I hate when they treat patients horrible.
Yeah, it's been kind of scary because they said where it was, if it had moved any further, it would have gone to my heart and killed me. So, like, I caught it right on time. And that night that I went to the hospital, my family was telling me not to go to the hospital, that I was just overreacting. I'm glad that I went.
While you're, summoning Satan.
Yeah, right. I listened to my intuition, like it was just nagging me, like maybe I am overreacting and this is just a chest cold, or maybe
You can't listen to your family anymore. New concept, directions, design.
In 2023, I had gone under respiratory failure where my lungs completely collapsed and just stopped working. So I was having pain in my right lung this February, and it was severe pain in my right lung. And then I couldn't breathe very well. It just felt like a lot of pressure in my lungs. And I remember that feeling from when I had respiratory failure. So I didn't want to go through that again. And they told me it wasn't respiratory failure, it was an embolism. So I've gone through a lot of things with my lungs. My lungs just do not like me.
So your lungs are how do you spell
Necrotic?
Yeah. N no.
TCROTIC.
Well, I haven't gotten that issue yet. I'm always like, oh no, I don't have that yet.
Right. It's good to know in case it happens to others. The respiratory failure was my fault because I used to be a heavy smoker. But the embolism, I mean, I
Well,
quit
how long did you
smoking.
smoke?
Huh? How long?
Yeah.
Oh God. From when I was 16 up until almost 2 years ago.
Well, you might have had a genetic predisposition to your lungs, genetic variant that
Maybe.
get worse. This is what I do. I end up spending the night, like looking for why I have an illness or something. It's
Oh, I do too. Because I have so many, health problems. Like,
you
I
know,
educate myself about it.
you have to, because it's just no one's going to help you.
Mhm.
My family's always like, okay, the next step. Okay, this didn't work out. The next step, but I'm like, okay, I got a new diagnosis. Okay, I got a new, like,
Right?
it's like, oh, I got this. Oh, I got that.
Yeah, it's like every time I'm prescribed a new pill, I'm just like, I'm used to it by now. Let's throw it in the basket with all the other ones.
I know, and it's people are like, oh, you shouldn't be on all that medication. It's like, how the hell could I live?
Yeah,
And one illness is like interacting with another, but it's like, it's like, but you're not finding the reason why, so I have to do something, to
right.
survive.
Yeah, my ex-boyfriend used to call me a drug addict, and it pissed me off because
Oh,
it's like, I have health conditions, you jackass.
you know everyone, everyone's like been like, oh, well, you shouldn't have all that medicine. It's like, you don't understand how many illnesses I have, and I, by the definition, because the American, I always say Dental Association, American Disabilities Act, you do not have to tell people, what illnesses you have. It's like,
I learned that the hard way.
yeah, I'm learning it
When I was
slowly.
working at J.C. Penney's, I disclosed with my boss that I had PTSD,
Hmm.
and she bullied me so bad. She went and she told everybody in the salon, like all my coworkers, she told, and she has PTSD.
I got walked out of a temporary job because of medication for ADHD, and I had told them when during the drug testing that it was going to come up with the amphetamine, whatever,
Mhm.
and I had gone to HR and told them that the testing is going to show this. They did nothing about it. I had security come one day, have me grab all my stuff and walk me out
Mm.
and I was just about ready to get a permanent job there. And I'm like, you fuckers.
Yeah, that pisses me off.
It's like, just if someone could fix my brain, do it. And then I won't have to take medicine.
Right.
If that's what's not right, I would love that, because I have to fight with everyone and people keep thinking I'm a drug addict. I have to fight with the pharmacy. I have to fight with the doctors. You have to prove who you are and what's wrong with you. And it's like, just because other people use it for to getting off, I use it so I can go A to B to C. It's people are assholes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. Just because there's some drug addict out there somewhere doesn't mean that people don't need medication.
Exactly. Without it, I would not be stable. I was just wild because this settles me down. Maybe it makes everyone else hyper, but it settles me down. No
Mhm.
one can realize, no one understands it still.
I try to kind of lay off my Adderall because, like, I notice I get kind of lazy on it.
Because you're relaxed.
Yeah, and I'm really like hyper focused. So whatever's going on in my mind, I'm hyper focused on it.
Yeah, if I don't have it, I promised my parents that I wouldn't go out because I would end up in different states, going to get gas and end up in a different state,
Yeah.
jumping out of a window because I didn't like the date, on the highway. Yeah. So I promised them because I'm still that way, even though it's years later.
Funny. Why is
Running
this
around with
thing?
stealing pumpkins and running at night and from other towns and wearing them on my head.
That's funny. See, I was always too much of a chicken shit to do stuff like that.
Well,
Well, no, I had a wild streak in me. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
didn't think. It wasn't like I was thinking about it. It just did it,
Yeah.
And so, that was a problem. But I didn't realize it till I was, in college.
Stop it.
No.
She makes this whining noise, and it's like she's gonna do this in and out all day. She wants me to go to the kitchen with her and actually sit at the table while she eats.
I have one cat that brings me to the toilet, brings me to my dad's shoes. Thank you, but I do not want to just sit here and look at a clean toilet.
Right.
This is not fun. Do something for me now.
She thinks she's the boss of me. Like I have to be with her 24/7 or else she freaks out. It's like you can go eat supper without me being up your butt.
Okay. Are you on any anti-inflammatories?
I've got to run to Modesto. Okay, see you, Colette. What about anti-inflammatories?
Are you on any?
No, except for Tylenol.
That's nothing, baby. We'd be due to susceptible particular. So it's toxic. Insults can be. Okay, the site metaphor them.
I'm gonna strangle you, cat.
Let's see. Patella chupa.
I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna strangle your little neck. Your cute little neck.
The black cat here it is doing the C. That C thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I was considered part of a cell damage. Yeah, you might have to go to a different pulmonary doctor that actually knows something.
Right.
Obviously he doesn't know because he's not even addressing it.
Yeah, I wonder why they don't send me to like UVA or something to get a second opinion.
What do you have for insurance?
Medicaid.
Okay. Oh, do you have a primary doctor?
Yeah.
Be kind of aggressive and say, I would like find where and look up the different doctors, find the best doctor and say, I would like to be sent to this one because for a second opinion, because they're not,
Yeah.
because
they just told me that basically I'm on death's door, but okay, see you in 3 months.
Yeah, no, you got to find a different doctor because that's ridiculous. That's because he doesn't know anything. He's just putting you off. There, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely putting you off. See, they do. They bastards. I mean, at least there should be a biopsy taken. There should be,
There should be, but it's like Google says that all they do is give you blood thinners. You would think there would be more to it. Like
That's
if
the
it's
general.
that deadly and that dangerous.
That's just a general thing of, this is there you have general definitions throughout the internet. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Obviously, this is the end of his knowledge. Okay, so this doctor, sucks.
Yeah. He's a young doctor.
So he doesn't know anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I had 3 sinus surgeries. It was a young doctor. He said, you're going to have to deal with the inflammation. When the Mass General opened me up, they didn't know I had bone fragments all throughout my sinuses.
Mm.
You get to a point where you're like, okay, I need actually someone that can help. So, and look up the doctors, what they actually do, because like neurologists, you can have people that are just sleep study. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you have nerve pain. So you ask for a second opinion, or ask, because you have to have a referral, right?
Yeah, probably.
I'm making noises. You need to go to another doctor. Ask because that's just ignorance. To wait, what the hell's going to happen in 3 months or whatever? You're just going to get, that part's just going to get worse.
Yeah. Or I guess they're thinking the blood thinners is gonna completely like dissolve
the bad tissue.
the blood clot. I don't get why they're not addressing the bad tissue.
They're
My
ignoring.
mom asked about that too. Like if I have necrotic tissue in my lungs. Stop it!
She's like a parent. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, you have to accept the fact that that doctor sucks.
Yeah.
And because that's a serious thing. I don't care what he says. People have worse ones. Who cares? It's about you.
Right. Like I think he was trying to make me feel better. Because I mean he was sitting there telling me I'm on the brink of death with a smile on his face.
It's just him saying, I don't know. I have nothing else to say about this, Mm-hmm.
Well, you better find out.
Absolutely. You know what? If your doctor doesn't know, gotta find another one. You have every right to go and see a different doctor. Let's see. Secondary pre-existing your immunocompromised state. I mean, even just if your immune system is compromised, there are things that should be done to raise your immune system. You know what I mean?
Right.
The tissue of fluid, it's a microbiome infection that the formation of the abscess of failure to recognize and treat is a poor clinical outcome. That's what happens. If failure to recognize this, it has a poor clinical outcome. Then that's what so yeah. You definitely have to go see another doctor because if it's some sort of bacteria type of thing that's killing it,
no, it was loss of oxygen because the blood clot was blocking my artery.
Pre-existing conditions.
So that loss of oxygen killed the tissue. And then created like a blister.
Yeah, but it was saying that should, the blister should be removed, or Let's see.
Bostet, come here, honey.
Surgery, chemotherapy, or radiation of some sort. Understand the mechanism. They at least should be getting in there, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
removing the dying tissue. Have you had so you have had CT scans? Where did you go?
Yeah, that's how they found it, was a CAT scan.
But leaving it for months?
Yeah, they haven't taken any pictures since.
Most common cause of necrosis is tuberculosis. It that leads to a cancerous necrosis in the lungs. I don't trust anything that guy says. You know, you'll get different information from every doctor.
Yeah. Well, I don't like how he kind of acted like it wasn't a big deal. And then when I go home and look
Other
up,
people have it worse. Well, that's great. You know, I don't care about other people. Yeah, I would get your nastiness on, and get another doctor. Find out who or what location has, you know, because this is a big thing. I don't care what he says. If you have a dying tissue in your lungs, okay, and you've had multiple things with your lungs,
yeah,
okay, this is an ongoing thing. Things aren't going to get better as you get older. You
right.
know? You need some like someone that specializes more in the lungs. You know, what are you doing, Riley? We're helping out. We're finding information. That's a little black cat.
Speaking of black cats, mine is like driving me crazy.
Yeah, this one's ripping a trash bag.
Heard.
And he usually does a, you know, like a kick thing with the paper towels
Yeah,
all over the place.
killing paper towels.
Oh, yeah. You know, I really don't trust anything a doctor says.
Yeah, I'm starting to get to that point. Like all the doctors I've dealt with.
You should get that point really quick.
Yeah.
And be assertive. Be like, ask your uncle for some support to help you through it, because he will help push you to get another doctor and get more information, because that sounds extremely serious.
Yes.
You know, I mean, even just having it in your body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, Aline. I hope I'm saying that right. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you how can I send you my email?
You could comment it under one of my videos.
Okay.
And see if that works.
And please tomorrow, I mean, like, stat, because he's putting it off, and you know, that's just, they are, you know, covered by you signing off saying, you know, I'll let this doctor do, you know, whatever, blah blah blah. But 3 months just to see if it's not going to help the the dying of the tissue, of the dead tissue.
Right.
And could that fester something else? Could that fester a cancer? Could that fester, you know what I mean? Because it's a
Right.
dying tissue could be like a good
Because
source.
he told me I had necrotic tissue. He told me I had an pulmonary infracture or infarcture, but he didn't act really concerned about it. And it's like when I told my mom, she was like, well, why aren't they giving you a surgery to get rid of the necrotic tissue?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Aline, feel free to chat. We're just talking about my pathetic health issues. I have blood clots in my lungs. Hold on. Somebody commented something. Can y'all hear her?
Hear who? Your cat?
The cat?
Nope. Well, I'm hearing impaired, so
Okay.
I don't hear anything, which is good.
I'm surprised because she's a loud mouth.
Is she? Okay. See. Preventers, remove of the dead tissue. And promote healing.
So now you can be quiet, cat.
Tissue. Okay, and the substantial regeneration of healthy cells. The healing process is to remove the dead cells so you can substantial regeneration of healthy cells. Now I'm getting attacked by a cat. Ow, 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 stop it. Ow, please.
They unsubscribed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just like all of a sudden I just lost like 5 or 6 subscribers.
Oh, it's probably because we were talking.
No, it happened like during the time I was in the hospital.
Oh, Oh, fuck them. You know,
True.
pretty much, you know, they probably didn't have much to say.
True. Very true.
Probably just, you know, we're looking for some self value, you know, give me words of perfect things for me in my perfect life.
Tell me what I want to hear, or else I'll get mad
Exactly.
at you.
You know, it's like the people with the perfect lives and the perfect everything, you know, it's like you haven't suffered enough. That's what when people can take the time to like focus just on themselves, they haven't suffered enough.
Yeah.
That's
Well, there's a lot of people who it's like they seek readings, and when you give them the answer,
mhm.
they don't accept it and they keep asking over and over again. And then, like, they get
I'm not
irate
going to give
with
you what you
you.
want.
Right. It's like, I can't, you ask me what your grandpa or whatever is saying about it, and I'm telling you, damn it, you need to get over that guy.
They won't. If they, a lot of people are just stuck in a cycle.
No.
There's nothing you can do to help them. All they're gonna do is, if you lived with them, they bring you down. You know, uh, you know, it's like get over it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't want to hear about anymore. Leave my page. You know, I don't
I
want to hear.
do. I have a couple people I'm scared of, like, them coming up on my page because they will, like, literally sit there and
Can't you
not
block
let
them?
me they won't let me get off the phone for like 4 hours, and they're like
Oh my god!
asking the same question over
I
and
would
over.
I would just
Like,
block them or
yeah, I probably have to, because it's like, Rebecca, but what do you feel about this? But what do you feel about this? But what does your intuition say about this? And it's just like, leave me alone.
I would just say that's all I can say. You know, I have to move on. You know, you can be nice or you can be an asshole, but you know, this is you learning. You know, but you
Yeah.
have to. People will walk on you. It's
Well,
very or push you.
I told this person, like, I was on the phone with you for over 4 hours. If you ask me one more question, I'm gonna charge you $5,000.
I would just hate block them. You know, you don't even have to deal with them. If they don't want to be on your side, if they don't like what they're hearing, they can go away.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because you know that people see free.
Yeah, but I've had a couple people try to take advantage of me on here, like, because
Oh,
I'm
I'm
doing
sure.
free readings. They're like,
Let's see, debris removal.
they try to ask me tarot questions, and it's like, I'm a medium. I don't
They're just ignorant.
I could do tarot. I used to do tarot, but when you're a medium, why would you do tarot? Why don't you do what you are naturally inclined to do?
Absolutely.
I mean, I may do tarot here and there just for shits and giggles, but I don't want my page to be just another tarot page.
Yeah. Well, you're trying to learn. You're trying to grow, and that's the purpose. You know.
Mhm.
And you know, people aren't going to like what they hear, but you're learning. It's not about them. It's about you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like fuck them. You know, it's they don't like what you're hearing. Say, I'm done.
Yeah.
And if you can block them because you don't need them because they're just going to
True.
cause you frustration.
I need to be more assertive. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you're dealing with other people because they will push you. You know, it's a service, but they will push you to do what they want, and it's not about them. It's you. It's about you.
Yeah. And these people never offered to donate or anything.
Of course
That's
not.
what astonishes me.
Hey, read forever. You know.
Hmm.
Yeah, it looks like you should have the tissue removed.
Really.
Yeah. Um, and oxygen therapy is one of other things that can be done. blood clots. Blah, 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 blah. You like my reading?
Yeah.
Let's see. Blood injuries, infections, chronic disease, toxins that block. Blah, 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 blah. Mm-mm. Yeah. We need to find you a better doctor.
Yeah.
Because they're just waiting for you. You know, I had chronic long what are tonsils, and they were
Yeah.
always infected. And we stayed with this doctor. I was a little kid, and we finally went to another doctor, and the infection had started going through my system already.
No.
Um, because the tonsils had holes in them, and the infections was it was spreading, and that was probably might be some of my problems. He would not, remove them. He was a douchebag
Right.
because they a lot of times they don't address women.
I should have asked him today, like, why he wasn't removing the necrotic tissue, but I was just like so overwhelmed by what I was
Yeah,
hearing,
it takes time to
process what you're
accept. Yeah,
hearing.
yeah,
But
and he wouldn't have given you an answer. He wouldn't have given you a good answer. He'd say, "Oh well, we just need to wait."
yeah,
He doesn't know. That is, I've learned when they put you off like that, they don't know, and you're not going
right.
to get help from them.
I wonder why he wants to wait 3 months to do images.
Now, yes, you have, had a blood clot and stuff like that, but let's wait till she dies.
Right.
Obviously, you're having difficulty breathing, getting oxygen, so oxygen supplementation, filter therapy, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Occurs to tissue death. Yeah, they should be, if that happened and it led to tissue death. Person.
Stop it.
So you can get lightheadedness, fever, coughing, spitting up blood, persistent hiccups, shortness of breath, chest pain, weakness. So
Yeah,
why
when I
would
went to the hospital, I was spitting up blood.
you be exercising if you've had all that going on? You can't
Yeah.
breathe. Shortness of breath. Symptoms are related size of the located, blah blah blah. As do functions of the area of the pleura, membrane, and covering lungs. I hate when they put that. Other. Because there might be another underlining condition too.
Okay.
Usually one comes, just because that you had that blood clot causing it to die, there might be an underlying condition causing, okay. Okay, the may escape detection altogether. Includes adequate blood oxygenation. Are you having hairpin? Hairpin. Have you? Did they give you that at all?
Mhm.
It's HEPARIN.
I don't think so. I don't even know what that is.
Neither do I. But they're talking about it being used intravenously.
Okay, then that might have been the
For a few days.
there was one that they used intravenously at first, and then they switched to the Eliquis.
And then they said, then followed by oral. Okay, the lungs is so compromised, the cardiac may necessary. So it could be fucking with your heart.
Yeah, I guess that's why he wants to take pictures of my heart.
If attempt
Boxette, I'll let you out later. Please stop.
Aren't they so demanding?
She will not stop. She'll do this all night. She's a little bitch.
Because something might be causing, the bleeding of your period. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
be, like underlying poem. Okay. And is most
I
common.
swear to God, the bleeding started as soon as they put me on blood thinners.
They wanted to make sure that all the blood was coming out.
Yeah.
Like, thank you, but no, thank you. See, I just don't understand why they would leave the dead cells.
hmm
You know,
And he showed me it looked like a pretty large area.
you know.
Unless they regenerate themselves.
But usually they need to take the dead cells off in order for the fresh new cells to.
Yeah, because necrotic's like decomposed, right?
Yeah. So that might be like a good place for bacteria to fill in too. You know, you never. Bacteria is very good at pulmonary for it's complicated by different alternatives. Mortality lung. Test of the X-ray. Mm. Information. Mm. Boy, you gave me a lot to think about. Mm.
Previous told everybody on the channel that I had, been in the hospital, and now I'm hearing that it still doesn't look that good.
People are saying that?
No, I'm saying it.
Oh, okay.
That's what the doctor said. Yeah. I mean, I'm not in the hospital anymore, but yeah.
They don't want you in the hospital for very long anyways, right?
Yeah, my insurance didn't want to pay for it.
Of course.
But I figured I'd put it on the YouTube and show other people, like, hey, look, I have health issues too.
Yeah, and for people that have health issues and are alone and secluded, that makes them feel a lot better
Mm-hmm.
because you're out there and you can talk. Because of course they're not sleeping because they're not feeling well.
Right.
And as long as you don't have those people that says I'm worse than you.
Yeah, I hate those people.
And it's like, okay, fuck you.
It's always in a competition.
Yeah, it's like,
well, my mom was a drunk.
Yes, I my dad left me. It's like, you know what? You need treatment. You need a lot of therapy. But
Yeah.
they go, it's like, first thing is to accept it and then do something about it, or because I don't want to hear about it.
Exactly.
I hate people that just like won't do something about something they know they can help themselves.
Well, I hate people who are competitive in the first place, like, especially to compete over something like that.
Yeah.
It's just like, why can't everybody just like be empathetic towards everybody?
No, because they got to be better. Because they haven't suffered enough. Haven't I told you this now?
Yeah. But like, I see it, it's like when I have a problem, I don't feel any better, or like, poor pitiful me. Like, I use my problems to be understanding of other people's problems.
Yeah, I usually if I do something for someone else, it makes me feel better even though I don't feel good.
Yeah.
Even if they're nasty to me,
I was just about to say nobody's ever grateful.
Oh no. Well, why would they? Occasionally you might have a thank you. Oh, what's that? Yeah.
Do you have a terrier in your family, like a white and black terrier?
No, we don't have any dogs now, but I've been, like I said, I've been known to have a lot of animals around. Oh, we had, what was that? What color?
White and black.
White and black. We had
like white with black spots, maybe.
Is it white and black? We had a Jack Russell.
That's what it looks like, a Jack Russell.
Oh yeah, we had him for a while. He was great. My dad made a license so he could drive. With his
Did he have black on him, or was he just white?
I think he had white and black and brown.
Okay. So yeah, sometimes they'll show me like what they look like exactly, but sometimes it's just like, this is about how I looked.
It's funny because you always feel, an animal on the side, like a brush on the side of you. You don't see anything like.
That's always my first thing is animals. I think it's because that's where I'm comfortable.
Yeah, that's why I want to do Reiki on animals, because I want to heal them. Or
Yeah.
play in the dirt. One of those things. Play in the dirt or with rocks. You can take anything, but don't take my rocks.
Exactly.
I had the manager of my apartment complex. He says, "Don't worry, I did not touch your rocks." And
That's funny.
I'm like, you better not have,
Right.
Don't mess with them.
So that was your dad's dog?
Yeah. I got him. I did a day of caring at at the animal shelter, and I saw this little dog. And you're not supposed to see him and adopt him, but I swooped him up. And
Did your dad have a mustache? I always get mustaches for men, but
yes,
people
he
say
did.
no.
When he was younger.
He did.
I hated it.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like an 80s mustache.
And he shaved it, and I didn't know who he was. I was a little kid, and I started to cry. Yes. What is wrong with him?
Is he still around, or did he pass?
He's around.
Okay, because I pick up on living people too. I can't tell whether somebody's dead or alive.
Well,
I guess
to you, they're probably, they're there.
I guess a soul is a soul.
Yeah. And you at times see them, so it's. This is my friend.
You have friends?
I have a friend. That's my brother talking.
Hello.
Let's see. I can't. Let's see. How do you? Okay. Is it going to do it? No. Is it going to show? Why is it not showing now?
I don't know.
You're supposed to know these things. You're
I don't do IT.
person. Yes, you do.
No, I'm
You're
really
full of
bad at
shit. Well, he's a very handsome man when he shaves his face.
That's funny.
I feel that I've lived a past life before, so I don't need to shave my face.
Hey, can you do a reading on him,
No, don't.
please? Because he won't listen to me.
Okay, sorry it kicked me out.
Oh,
So your brother has facial hair like that too, goofy facial hair.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
What? She's laughing.
Oh no, that's what I was showed is it was a Jack Russell Terrier. No,
Yeah,
a Schnauzer. What was it?
it's a Jack Russell. Yeah.
Jack Russell. I'm not good with breeds, but I try my best. And then the goofy mustache.
Dad, with the goofy
Oh,
mustache.
yeah, you got that one. You nailed that one. Yeah, you nailed that one. Maybe this is my revenge.
Is there anything around him or
no,
anyone that wants to talk to him? Tell me.
I don't know. Like this, I'm trying to figure out, is this like a spirit that's like talking about this, or is this just psychic information? Because I think the dog would be a spirit.
Yeah.
I can remote view. I've done it since I was a child.
Yeah.
I'm keeping him here because he runs away.
Well, I'm making food.
Did your dad have a sister?
Yeah.
Yes,
Is she on the other side?
they all are.
Light colored hair?
Like it could be a Dean.
Yeah, it's a Dean. The Dean was more kind of combination of blonde and brown.
Yeah, it's like a blondish brown.
Yeah.
And it's like a little bit past her shoulders, wavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she was younger.
Yeah.
Younger.
Like your dog hair.
Oh,
They like to show themselves when they were younger.
I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a renegade.
I feel, yeah, that's her. She's not real talkative, but she's like, hey, it's me. Kind of.
Yeah, that's the Dean. Yeah.
She's showing me glasses. I don't know if they're reading glasses or if she just wore
Yeah, the
glasses.
regular glasses.
She wore glasses.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're definitely regular glasses.
I guess she's just giving evidence that it's her. I'm trying to see if a message that she wants to talk about.
My brother's an ass.
That's what you say. We actually get along pretty well, to be honest with you. Ow.
I'm
I
just
hadn't-
hearing like spending time with family and laughing. That she likes that. She likes seeing that. That could be healing, is like laughter and poking fun at like your brother or. Did she like animals?
Oh, loved them.
No, loved animals.
Because
Squirrel bunnies and
I'm hearing the message also using animals as, but we've been talking about that tonight too.
yeah.
But
fair.
she's kind of like confirming it. Like, yeah.
To be honest, I think.
Do it.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get confirmation. I have to go eat.
I'm not going anywhere.
I need to eat.
Does somebody need to get their car fixed?
Yeah, because I smashed my brother's car. No, I'm just kidding.
To be honest,
Okay.
I think my mom made me take it back in again because
Yeah.
of the fact that I smelled coolant the other day when she was driving.
She has a broken window. I mean, mirror. But
I'm being repressed.
Okay, then that's just confirmation that, yeah, she needs to get that fixed and get
Yeah,
like a full checkup and have everything looked at.
yeah. I smelled it and didn't say anything about it. So
Yeah.
you stay in here. I don't care. You always leave. Okay.
And you can ask questions if you want. Like when I pick up on spirit like this, I just start reading.
no, I
Ask a question.
okay.
I'm the younger one, you know.
She's repressing me. No,
Shut up.
I'm teasing. She and I have a weird relationship.
Ask a question.
Can you look up because I've been able to remote view since I was about 9 years old. I don't know if you know that much about remote viewing, but when
I
I
know a little bit.
when I shut my eyes, I see places, things, people, faces, and they morph. And I've never had anybody give me a good.
What's your question?
I'm just wondering if she knows about remote viewing. That's
No,
all.
you got to ask a question.
Yeah, I know a little bit about remote viewing. I'm not really good at it. I haven't really done it. But I'm wondering if it is similar to astral projection.
I actually astral projected once in my life. Once in my
You
life.
might be doing it in your dreams.
That's actually pretty amazing. I never thought about that. I did it once when I was, yeah. No, I never thought about that. Jesus.
Yeah.
Never thought about that. But no, you know what astral projection is, Leah?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But
I'm
this is
sorry.
about you right now because
Okay.
I have you. I have to hold in
She
places.
literally won't let me go right now.
I drove
There's
him
literally
to
pasta
to
in
Honda
in the microwave
barn
right
and
now.
made him buy a Honda
She
CRV.
did. She did.
I kidnapped him and brought him to Honda
She did. She did. It's the best car I've ever had.
because
The
I'm.
CRV
That's
is the best
awesome.
car I ever had. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. No, I appreciate her in her pain in the assness, but
Does he have any ancestors around him at all? Like,
oh, I have attachments. I can
well,
feel.
shut up.
Oh,
No,
it's good
I'm
to have
hearing
all of
great
it.
grandparents. I'm hearing great grandparents, and I'm also
That's
hearing.
enough.
Did y'all have like Scott Irish in your bloodline?
Yes.
Do you have a great grandparent that is Irish?
Yeah,
Yeah.
biological dad's on mom's side.
Yes.
Yeah, I was getting mom's side. The grandfather?
Yes.
Okay, I'm hearing he's around you, watching over you.
Ellis.
Yeah.
Mom's father,
Yeah.
biological father,
Yeah.
that we haven't never met because she just learned about him. Okay, I said too much.
Isn't that interesting? She just learned about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he wasn't even in her.
No. Never met.
It took her.
It's interesting. Sometimes family members who we never met or were estranged from, like they'll choose to watch over us, and it's like, why? But that's just the way it is.
He looks like them.
I look like
That side.
my grandfather.
Okay.
I look like my grandfather. That I never knew. I had a step grandfather who I love very much, but Grandpa Bob. But
Yeah.
we weren't biologically related in any way, shape, or form.
I told you about him.
You're literally holding my back right now.
I know because you'll move.
I have to eat.
I don't care.
I got up to eat.
I don't care. I have to
Wow.
make you do these
You've
things.
been gone for a day and a half, and this is how
Shush.
you are.
Shush. Sorry.
We're just bantering. Don't worry
No, you're
about
good. I'm also hearing to saying your aunt is also with you.
it. I would hope so. I would hope so.
Not
Nancy
to
is-
forget about her.
No, it might be Adine because that's the one she picked up on.
Nah, that's true. I don't really know a Dean that well. I know
Well,
Nancy better.
It doesn't matter. You don't know your grandfather
because you
either.
have Nancy's height. You short little munchkin.
Is that why he slips through things and makes everything perfect? I mean, gets away with things because of the grandfather and stuff that's around him?
Probably.
Probably.
That's hysterical. Well, I
Be
did-
getting off on the other side.
Well, that's actually funny.
I'm seeing chickens. Do chickens mean anything to you guys?
Could be in Oklahoma.
Yeah, we have a lot of Midwestern connections.
Okay.
Chickens would not surprise me.
So probably family who would have
Yeah,
had.
yeah. Probably banjos too, to be honest with
She
you.
lives in Virginia.
Oh, we used to live in Virginia. Oh well, I don't know if
Okay.
you were alive for it, but yeah. Would you stop
I live in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Oh wow,
Appalachian.
Appalachians. That's the Appalachians.
That's
yeah.
the biological. My mom's
Really?
Oh
father,
yeah.
The one who's coming in for me. Okay.
Yes.
Isn't that a small world?
Wasn't that? She's literally trying to kill me right now.
That's okay.
You're trying to kill me.
Shut up.
Where? Dad was in the military in Virginia.
What?
Okay, I don't know what.
Probably Norfolk.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. I lived there as a child.
Yeah. I was born in Hampton at Langley Air Force Base. And yeah, we lived in Newport News while my dad was in Saudi Arabia.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're both. Well, in our case, I was a Navy brat for quite a while.
Navy.
Yeah. Oh, Navy as well. Nice.
Well, we were Army. My grandpa
Army.
started out. My grandpa started out Navy, but went to Army.
Mhm.
But yeah, but they still like worked on the boats and like shipped overseas, and they just didn't do what Navy men did.
Can I cut the sole contract with my brother so we don't have to?
It's because you're a witch. 'Cause
No,
you're a
you're stuck with him.
Hey, that's it. I thought we were friends.
Actually, we've gotten along a lot better since we've gotten older. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
we had our issues when we were younger, but I think I actually miss her. And
When I'm gone, because I have such a personality.
that's cute. See, I don't get along with my siblings. I wish I got along. They're
Oh,
like
I'm sorry to hear
They're
that.
like 10 years older than I am. And so
Oh.
they like look down on me like I'm their child.
Oh yeah,
Settle
to
down,
take
Peter.
care of.
And it's like, I don't need y'all to mother and father me and always show me that you're disappointed in me. Like, you're my siblings.
And you, what do you say? You say "fuck you." Remember?
Yeah, fuck you.
That is the word. Mhm.
She's told me that more than once.
Yeah.
We get along for a couple minutes at a time, and then it's time to back off.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad at this point. Yes, I miss her when she's gone, but then it goes away.
Because I'm splendid.
I already asked if your dad wore glasses, right? No,
Oh.
the aunt
No,
wore
Oh,
glasses.
no, he wears glasses. So
Yeah.
do I.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So it's him and his sister who both wear glasses.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think all his two sisters wear glasses.
Yes, she picked up on Nancy.
Yeah. No, I know what Nancy.
Earlier today.
Yeah.
Was yesterday. You
No,
picked up on the small woman with the very thin,
No.
and
Kidding. That's
Yeah.
definitely Nancy.
she picked
That's-
up on Nancy. For me,
Yeah.
Nancy's with me. Mm.
No, that's
Ha.
that's amazing. That's amazing.
And yeah, if I pick up on anybody you don't want to talk to, always tell me.
We always want to talk to people unless it's
It doesn't matter. We honestly, we have no issue. I mean, it's all-
Okay, good. Because I've had like some people come in and it's like been a bad person and I didn't know. So
no. I mean, our family could be a pain in the butt, but we have no issues with any
We're-
of our family whatsoever.
except
Okay.
each other. Okay.
You might
yeah,
start-
your aunt, she seems like she's having lighthearted fun. Like she's making fun of your dad. She's making fun of y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Yep.
there's no doubt. She was the glue that kept the family together.
And her main message is the car. Make sure that gets fixed and checked out and stuff because there may be something else wrong with it that y'all don't know.
I'll tell mom and dad about it tomorrow.
Mm.
Because we had a coolant issue and it's not been hot enough lately to smell it. You know when you smell coolant burning. I did
Yeah.
smell it a couple
It's 70 there, so
Oh, it's 70 there. So you know when you can smell the burning coolant?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I smelled it, but it was only a day that was over 6 degrees. So I'll talk to mom and dad about it later. I'll take
whatever.
I'll take care of
Okay, go on, my
Better
dear.
safe than sorry.
That's
Do
me.
you have Timmy on your?
Yeah, because I don't want my Twitch face.
No, there's nothing wrong with your Twitch face.
Did he give me a curse, a generational curse, to be ill?
Why would I do that?
May I kill him?
May I kill him?
She's not gonna kill me.
No, it'd be bloody.
You love him too much.
No, I don't. Well, yeah, I guess somewhere in there.
Somebody's up.
Get back here. I'm not letting go of you.
Ah,
I don't.
help! I'm being repressed.
No, you're meeting my friend and she's
I
reading
know
you.
she's very nice.
And now we found out
Yeah.
why you get through things.
I've been a lucky son.
Lucky is the name of my mother's
Yeah.
biological father.
I didn't even think about that.
Okay.
Nickname.
This is why he also sired 10 children. But-
Shush, shush.
Was he in the army or in a service?
Yeah. Yes,
World War II?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's showing me his uniform.
We actually have pictures of that. Hmm.
Yeah, we.
Shh. Let her.
Oh my God! You got,
Unless you're asking a question, just.
I don't know how to do this. I've
Well,
never
that's why I'm
talked to
holding you
a
still.
psychic before.
Shut up.
He can talk. It's a
Well-
chit chat day.
no. It's just I don't.
Just be yourself, I guess. I'll let you.
This is
Ask a question. Anything.
I don't have questions.
Yes, you
I've
do.
Worked an entire week and my brain is
Dawn,
gone.
shut up. Ask a question. be.
Ask a question.
Yes.
Shut up and ask a question. That's,
Mm, let's see.
I don't think I could escape if I wanted to right now.
No,
She literally has my shirt.
and I can still punch.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm so tired right now.
Lon,
It's okay.
ask one more question, okay? Because she's practicing.
Okay. Do I have low-level psychic abilities?
Oh, I'd already put, everybody does, but especially if you've been experiencing like, what is it called again? The vision thing.
Viewing? Yeah.
Remote viewing. Yeah. Yeah. Tap into that. If that's what you're good at, go for that. Because like me, I've never, I can do it, but it's not my main.
It's like watching, as you know, it's like watching a movie. But I see faces and they morph and they change and they become human. They become darker. Back
Yeah.
done that since I was a child, and it's not all the time. Sometimes
She has premonitions.
oh, see, I don't. Well, I get feelings and stuff like that. So I get
Yeah.
like sometimes I'll like, oh, this guy's gonna get fired. Bang, he gets fired. So that, I may have low level of that and stuff like that. But so I understand premonitions. I see it, but I don't know if that's a gift or just reading the room in that particular situation.
Could be a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Have you ever had dreams where it's like you were going someplace and somebody tried to stop you from going there and told you to go home or something like that?
Oh, yeah. I've definitely had that. Yeah.
You were going to
Dreams are
a
the-
childhood home.
Dreams, I have crazy dreams every night, and it combines things that it's like combining things that I know and things that are not even possible on
Yeah.
a regular basis. Not even possible. Like three people meeting each other that never met each other because they were, it wouldn't be possible during the time periods of my life.
Here.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
figured the cover was on it.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, see, I'm short.
Yeah.
He's tall.
And I'm a sea captain.
But he has small hands. Okay, go ahead.
But you never experienced like having a dream and it's like you're going to your childhood home or you're going to a place you shouldn't be going to.
No, I've had
No.
dreams about childhood homes and stuff like that, but I've never. No. not-
That's astral projection.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Not.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like you do. I just feel like you should tap into like visualization and doing the remote viewing and learning about your dreams and astral projection and things like that. You sound like a very visual
Oh yeah.
psychic.
It's all visual. It's all visual. It is. It's.
And also look into astrology, see if you have any Pisces in your chart.
He is
I'm
a
a
Pisces.
Pisces. He nailed that.
Oh, you are?
You
I'm a
nailed
Pisces rising.
that.
Yeah, Pisces are they're dreamers and they're very visual and they're very psychic.
Your pain, but I love you.
Yeah.
Now I need to go eat. Just see your foot just flip me off. Have a wonderful evening, Rebecca. Thank you for the.
Oh, his name is Lon.
Yeah.
Like the long, the long. No, LLON.
Oh yeah, I've not heard that before, have I?
No.
Have a wonderful night, guys. I need
Yeah, I do.
sustenance.
Goodbye.
Okay,
We're done with you.
we done with
Goodbye.
me.
We're
Y'all are
done.
breaking up a little bit.
Okay.
Oh,
It's probably because he's causing it. Let's see. Lon, stop. I'm smack you in the head. Can you see me still?
Y'all are like frozen on the screen and your like sound is breaking up a little bit.
Let's see if I stop the camera if it makes it better. Can you hear me better? No?
Yeah, I can hear you better.
Okay. Well, just keep the little cat. Yeah. So you got to meet him.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, and it's interesting because that he had those two on his with him, you know.
They came through really strong, so I just
Really?
said something. Well, I saw the dog 1st, but
Mhm.
then I felt them. So I just
Mm.
said something.
Yeah, well, you know that that's really cool because it is. It's the other aunt that's with him, and my mom's biological father. You know, which looks like him, the height, the skin tone, and everything.
Nice.
And he was from the Oklahoma area,
Okay.
and Arkansas. You know, but he was all throughout. You know, in the military.
And he was Irish, right?
Yeah, yep. He was a Scott Irish or
Scott
whatever.
Irish.
Yeah, came
Okay,
up
that's what
into.
I thought at first, but I doubted myself and just stuck with
No,
Irish.
no, you got to go
Scott
with it.
Irish.
Yep, yeah.
Huh.
Hmm.
See, I like when spirit comes through clear and they're not like
Like,
pulling teeth, you know.
mm. Yeah, you got a good one tonight, huh? Pat yourself on the back.
Yeah. Well, it was thrilling to see your brother get a kick out of it.
Because he won't, you know, like do it, you know, and they've been probably wanting to talk to him for a long time, you know,
Yeah.
smack in the head, you know. I mean, he doesn't go and do healing or anything else like that, and all these times he thinks it might be something else, and it might be them,
Right.
you know,
He needs
trying
to learn how to witness when they're around or
yeah, him saying, I saw something or something touched me. It might not be the demons, you know, it might
yeah.
be a relative trying to get in touch with you, you know,
9 times out of 10 it is your relative.
and that aunt had a kind of a up and down life like a Pisces, you know, like,
Okay.
you know, so that she would be, you know, overseeing him, you know, more so with his up and down.
Okay.
So I can understand that. And it's good to see that the biological father came through and it knows, you know, they
Yeah.
kind of never accepted my mom. So,
Wait, who never accepted your mom? Your dad?
no, their side. Uh, um, I was having a hard time getting people to accept that we were related.
Right.
Even with the genealogy, one aunt came through, and you know, and it solved the mystery that we had been trying to find out for since I was a teenager of who
Oh,
her
really?
father was, and she didn't know till 72.
Damn.
And my grandmother told all different information and everything else, and you know, so it was during the war in the army when just happened to, you know, clothes went off, and you know, so that's why it was him. You know what I mean? I know what I know of him is exactly
Yeah.
what you said. So
Wow.
it he looks like him, his build, his
Mhm.
eye, face, because we look nothing alike. His cheeks, his nose, hair, stature, and everything
Yeah.
else. And I mean, we don't know a whole lot about him, but we know he was in the army. I mean, he was. Did he have mental issues? I don't know if you can ask them that type of thing.
I'm hearing from the army, yes.
Oh, okay.
but I'm getting a sense that could be genetic as well.
Okay. Because just his behavior seems to be sporadic.
Oh wait, your grandfather or your brother?
Oh, my brother, yeah, he has issues.
I'm
that he
hearing
won't
your
address.
grandfather, like
The
your
biolo-
grandfather always had issues, but like the army really changed him.
Oh, okay. Because he had like 5 wives, and he had like 10 kids and stuff like that, and adopted.
Yeah, those are like ingrained from birth. Being a player like that.
Mm,
That could be like mommy daddy issues too.
could be. Absolutely.
But I know a lot of men in the service, they say that there's root chakra problems because you're moving around all the time.
Oh,
And
okay.
so a lot of them actually do have trouble settling down with a family.
Oh, really? That's very
Yeah.
interesting. That makes
Mhm.
sense. Mm-hmm. Because nonstop, you go back and forth to, one set of kids to another. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's like my father, when he retired from the army, he came home and beat us, you know.
Hmm.
It was very violent. And it's just military men don't, they're not good family men.
They're programmed to do one thing.
Yeah.
You know,
They're programmed to kill.
absolutely. I was just about to say that. That's what they're programmed to do, but they're not unprogrammed or taught to get back into mainstream
Mhm.
life. So yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
I would protect you if I was there.
My whole family's military, so everybody was violent growing up. And, I'm trying to forgive them and move on from my childhood. But
That's hard when you're living in the house.
yeah. And when they deny it too, they say it's all in my head. I'm crazy.
And it's like, you asshole.
That
You know-
pisses me off because it's like, no, I'm pretty sure you beat the shit out of me.
It's like everyone denies everything. Everything is in your head, no matter what struggle you went through. It's like, fuck you, no. You did it.
Right.
You did this. But it's like you can't really come to terms with things when you're at your house because you're still living under the roof.
Right.
And I understand that because I had to come back and live here for so long. I still do come back, but my dad's aged a lot, so things have changed. My mom's taken the lead role, type of thing.
Yeah.
But military, they program them. That's what they're meant to do, and
Do purple flowers mean anything to you?
my grandmother's name was Violet.
That's what I'm seeing. I just didn't know what the flower was called, but it's like, is it kind of like a longer flower with like bells?
Yeah, kind of.
I'm trying to interpret what kind of flower I'm seeing.
It's
But
a
yeah,
violet.
I
That's
keep
the thing.
I keep being shown that when you're talking.
That's the one that had the that was my mom's mother. So that was the person that was with the biological father who is with my dad, my brother.
Okay.
So I didn't think she crossed or moved on because she was waiting for him because she was his first love.
Okay.
Because I couldn't connect with her anywhere. Like, how you can connect the spirit?
Yeah.
I could not.
She just wasn't coming through for you.
No. And I'm like, I wonder if, I use my pendulum to say, is she still waiting for her first love? he hadn't moved on either.
Hmm.
They moved on together. I helped them move on together in a way, you know.
Well, you asked me that yesterday or when I read, and I
Uh-huh.
couldn't pick up on anything, but they're both coming through tonight. Was she a heavy set woman?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm seeing, yeah, like a heavy set woman in like a flowered dress.
Yeah. What, Timmy?
So that's funny. The grandpa came in for him and grandma came in for you.
Or was she coming in later for him? You know, because
I think it's for both of y'all.
Yeah,
Everybody in the family saying, you know, we watch over y'all.
they better.
Because they can watch over more than one person.
Yeah.
What I've noticed is certain spirits will tend to choose somebody to watch over more so than the other kids or whatever. For whatever reason. And it's like, it's weird. It could be a grandmother we never met, but
Yeah.
she chose her job in the spirit world is to watch over you for some reason. But
For some sort of purpose, you know, that you need them for. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I think it's really cool that you connected with his name was oh my god, now I can't think. Ellis.
Ellis.
My mother's biological father was named Ellis.
Okay.
And you connected so clearly on him. I mean, you did a great job of, you know, connecting clearly. And my aunt, Adine, you got him like that. Very clear. Yeah.
Yeah, they came in really strong for me. It's like I kept getting images, so I was like, I need to say it. And I'm
Yeah,
glad I did.
Yeah. You know, with me, you know, just say what you're seeing, because I'm not gonna. I just want to help you, you know, practice. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like, whatever. I'll tell you one thing or the other, but you know, you hit on all these things: mustaches, the dog, you know, violet flower. Now I'm not surprised she came because my mom's biological father was there.
Yeah.
You know, so and I appreciate you, you know, telling him about his abilities, because he has some, but he needs to explore them.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. He needs to explore them.
And until he does, it's just going to be like, okay, I can do this. Well, that's great. Now what? You know?
Yeah, and see, with me, it was like, oh, I have premonitions. Oh, you know, all these coincidences are happening to me. Then, oh, you know, dead people are coming into my dreams, asking me to relay messages for them. But his focus is on remote viewing, so he should tap into that and, you know, practice or meet others who could do it. Or,
Oh, absolutely.
but yeah, that's cool that he's a Pisces, because I totally got the message of the visualizer and the dreamer.
See? You're getting good. You're going to be tired tomorrow.
No, I could always do one or two here or there.
Yeah.
Just as long as people aren't tugging at my energy, like,
Oh, yeah, like more. Because how
yeah,
can you
like
relax?
give me what I want to hear, you know,
I
kind
don't
of
wanna hear
energy.
that. Tell me I'm marrying this person. No, you're not telling me it right. Tell me his name is, my grandmother's name is, she's coming in right now. She told me the gold is in the basement. No, but you were really hitting him up, and with having him here to remember these things, because I don't always remember with all the medicine. It's hard to remember, you know.
You'll have this live to go back on.
Yes. Yep. With the cat.
I could probably try to edit it to where it just captures the reading and makes like a short video out of it.
Oh, could you do that?
Yeah, I could try.
Just so that
I've been-
people don't hear what we're talking about. You know what I mean? So maybe if you can. If you can't, that's okay. But maybe we could try to get a Zoom for you, get you into, at some point, when you're rested, get a discussion group Zoom going for you,
Oh yeah.
because I think that would be great. Just communicating with other people that have questions, and maybe they aren't assholes.
Yeah, I have questions, or maybe even themselves are just figuring out that they have experiences like your brother.
And people that are just have questions are usually more apt to do readings back and forth, and they're not so judgmental.
Right.
You're practicing too.
Yeah.
You can always say, looking for a discussion group to practice. Facebook, they're very judgmental, and that's a tough. They're assholes.
Yeah. I went
on
on TikTok, and they are assholes on TikTok big
I've never
time.
gone on that.
I'm not gonna go on that platform. I'm gonna stick to YouTube.
I'm trying to get a media scrubber software, so I can scrub my media, because I'm going to be redetermined for disability. They look at all your media.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Who you are, what you've been doing. Now, you having these, is not like you're climbing a horse or something, but just to let you know, if you can delete some of the things you might want to delete, if you have anything, even in your profile, your Facebook profile and stuff, they go through all that to see if you're actually disabled.
Yeah.
So,
Well, see, I'm saying doing it for free on here, so I'm not asking for money, so they can't be all like, "Oh, look, she's making money."
yes, that's wonderful. But like some people are like show pictures of them riding horses and everything else, and they're trying to get disability. They have disability and trying to keep, all I have is, chronic pain, learning to do this, learning to do that, and like telling people to fuck off. I'm allowed
Love it.
to. If you have problems for a long time and you're going to have to solve them, you are allowed to tell everyone to fuck off.
Exactly.
And
setting boundaries.
I was just about to say boundaries. I was just about to say setting boundaries, because you need to be hard like an M&M candy shell, because people will take advantage of you.
Yeah, it's true. And I have that problem. Like, I don't want conflict, and I try to be really nice to everybody. But it's like people do take advantage of that.
But see, then they'll get to the point where you explode. And then you look crazy. You know what I mean? It's like, say, do you have celestial, the stones, Celiste? It's, I can't pronounce it right.
Celestite?
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. If you can get it really cheap, put it around the four corners of your room, okay? And over your frame of your door. That will keep the energy from the family out and keep the energy of you in.
Okay.
So then you won't have any, just anger, like frustration coming towards you. It's supposed to clear your room, okay? So you have your own space.
That sounds good.
I have it everywhere. Sometimes I put it in my bra and drive.
I have a lot of black tourmaline all over
That's
my
good.
room.
That's very good. Let's see. Let me show you. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture again. Okay.
Okay.
It's, if you can see it, it's clear. It looks like quartz, but it has,
Selenite.
yes.
I have a
Um,
big hunk of selenite like that.
Okay. Well, you need to put it in the four corners of your room because you're putting boundaries. You need to put it over your window sills too. So things can't come in, and over your door frame. Just a piece. It doesn't have to be big. I have just little pieces actually.
Did either you or your brother have a bigger brown dog, perhaps a boxer?
I dated someone that had a Labrador, Labrador that was brown.
That was brown. Okay.
Yeah, a chocolate lab. But
Was he really like when he got excited? Did he shake his butt real fast?
oh yes, I loved him.
Okay.
I loved him. So I even have little tiny slice pieces that I just put, and then I have this big one I stick in my bra. So wherever I go, I'm like, boom, boom, back off. But it will clear your room and protect your boundaries, okay?
You're breaking up a little bit.
Okay, it's the picture. Let me just stop the picture.
Okay.
I just want you to protect your room and your space. That's all.
Yeah, I need to clean and do put out
Just-
my crystals and
because
maybe do candle work.
I did that to protect my space from the family situation, because the energy would come in and
Yeah.
attack me, So since we're sisters now, I want to tell you the best thing to do that I know.
They said to me today is you should pray to Jesus about your health. And I said, no, thank you. And they said, well, can we? And I said, yeah, sure. But I'm not going to.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I've had some issues with him. We are
Yeah,
in
right.
discussion, and right now we're not talking.
Exactly.
Maybe in the future we can
Me
come
and
to terms.
Jesus are not in speaking terms.
Yes, but thank you. It's like, why don't you help me?
Right.
Help me. Well, it's great seeing you and talking to you.
Yeah, it was been fun.
Yeah, and we got to get you into so you can or you can do yourself, so you can communicate with people that are like-minded and kind.
Yeah.
It doesn't take your energy.
No, it doesn't. Like tonight was, I think, rejuvenating after a day of reading and having that guy sexually assault me.
Yeah.
Like this has been rejuvenating, and it's like I did a read, but it didn't take anything out of me.
You had other people that were like-minded and were just, good, nice to talk to you, and hey, this is great, we're getting together.
Yeah.
And, you can create your own group where then you can say, no, you can't come into my group,
Yeah,
But it was
hopefully
me, I'm like, it's me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean sexually.
hopefully like in the future, other people will join us and talk and yeah.
And there are other people out there. It's just a matter of getting in touch with them. When I have I do Zoom classes, they're all over the world.
Mhm.
And it takes that far to get to know someone, to get someone like-minded. to
Right.
connect. But I know there are a lot of people out there in the same position. And so, because it is draining. You just said how much it drained you doing readings today. Obviously, that's not helping you, supporting your
Yeah.
health, and I know.
I just got like a little, like, I got excited like a kid at a candy store because honestly, like, I've been hiding behind tarot. I knew that I was psychic. I knew I was a medium, but I didn't know that I could give readings.
Yeah.
And a couple months ago, I just like, I'm going to get on Facebook Live. I'm not going to use tarot cards.
Mhm.
And I'm going to see if I can actually give somebody a reading. And when I started getting positive feedback, it was like, ooh, this is fun.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And it gets you away from what is going on in your life. It's a distraction of, hey, you know what? This is cool. Which we all need, distractions. I play with stones in the dirt, and I talk to birds, and I fly around. But because I really am worried about your energy and your health.
Yeah, I'll start trying to sleep more and get off the internet more. And
it's hard. It's like I don't sleep well. And I wake up, I'll be down for 4 days. I'll wake up in the middle of the day, and then I can't sleep that night. And then I'm miserable the rest of those days. Don't get things done right, or don't feel well. And then I'm down again. It's like, it's a vicious cycle.
Well, here's what's going on with me. I'm on medication for my depression, but that gives me insomnia. So they gave me medication for sleep. Well, that gives me hypersomnia. So there's no winning. Either I'm like awake for 3 days in a row.
Change the medicine. They need. There are other medicines for sleeping. You know what I mean? If you're having, because I'm on anti-anxiety, depression, sleep medicine, and everything else like that, and I had to go through about 5 different and depression medicines until I got to the right one.
See, that's why he doesn't want to like look for other medicines with me, because I do very bad on antidepressants. And he said the other sleep medicines are antidepressants. Yeah. They make me suicidal.
Well, that is not good. Yeah, I had some that have made me like insane, and I'm like
this doctor hates me because like I am very sensitive to psychiatric drugs, and we just can't win with me.
You just haven't found the right doctor.
Yeah.
To treat you respectfully and treat you with what you have. You know what I mean? Everybody is different. We're not all going to react to medicines the same way.
Right.
And they should understand that. You know what I mean? Do you go to like a clinic, like a community clinic for your shrink, or do you go to?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a physician's assistant.
Okay, so he doesn't know shit. Okay.
Yeah, no.
See if there are other either physicians or physician assistants that might fit you better. If there are in that community clinic, because I just got a new one, but I'm still allowed to go to a different one in that clinic if I do not like who I have.
Yeah.
So it's a community clinic, you know what I mean? Obviously, if he can't understand your sensitivity to drugs.
Oh no, he does. He does understand it.
He just
doesn't. That's why I kind of stuck with him, because all the other doctors in the past have like been really mean to me. But he has like, I've cussed him out, and he was pissed off, but he dealt with it. he got me off of that antidepressant without me going crazy.
Which
So that's why I stuck with
antidepressant
him.
was it? Which
Effexor.
Um,
I had severe withdrawals on Effexor.
mm. Well, obviously you're not on the right thing because you're you know, like not depressed, but you can't sleep. I mean, you're not going to heal if you can't sleep. I'm one to talk. You know what I mean? But the thing is that I feel bad because a real doctor would say, hey, if this is not working, if you can't sleep at night, you know what I mean? The sleeping.
Yeah.
There are a lot of drugs that they will let you have that aren't like made for that. You know what I mean? Medications that even Benadryl is better than some things.
That's the thing. Like, I don't want to change meds because the med combination I'm at, it took so long to find. Like, I was having severe bipolar rage. Like,
have you ever tried Benadryl? Just those little pink pills.
Yeah.
Does that help at all?
Yeah. Oh, I try everything.
Yeah. I've been drinking NyQuil because I've had, you know, a cold. But don't do that.
Maybe I should just suck it up and talk to him about, like, what are my other options.
You should be your own advocate. Get your uncle with you, okay?
Yeah.
I need you right now. Just tell him you need you right now and have him with you and say, so you have support and say, I need to discuss this because a lot of times doctors don't listen to women is because they're silent and they don't ask questions. You know, if you're having an issue, if you could write down the issues you're having and what you need to focus on, like, you know, getting a new, you know, pulmonary person and, you know, issues with your medication, talk to them. It doesn't hurt to talk. You're paying for it. Your insurance is paying for it.
Yeah.
You know?
I just get so frustrated, like, trial and error. Like, I give up.
I understand that. Do one thing a month. Just one thing.
Yeah. Right.
If you do one thing, you know, maybe you can find some sleep. Maybe you can find, you know, something. Maybe I can solve all of your problems in one night. You know, that's why I always check in on you because I want to make sure you're doing okay. And you know, before you showed your face, I knew you had health issues too.
Yeah.
Before we even met. And I'm like, you know, I wanted to make sure that you weren't extending too much energy. Okay, I can feel things like that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I just, you know, you have a good soul. You have a lovely soul, a wonderful heart, you know.
Thank you.
And people like that give so much and never ask and never take care of themselves because no one will help them. So you have to be your own warrior, you know, your own defender, you know, and just get that uncle with you. Say, please, you know, we have to do this. I don't get support elsewhere. I need your help. You know? And he might be, you know, your little champion for going for at least a couple steps, you know, but you do need to rest. I'm like, she's on again. She needs sleep.
You're fine.
So, yeah. So please get some rest, and you know, I will send you my email. If you can delete me at all, that would, except for the one where my face was twitching, because that would be good for my defense, for my redetermination of this facial disease.
Okay. And don't worry about it if that shows. It's going to be really small because I'm going to be recording the screen of my phone. So when it uploads to Facebook, like, you're barely going to be able to see our video.
You know, it's just interesting to see. I don't know. You know how you connect to people? It's just a weird, like, connection. It's like, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
For a short time, it was meant to be because something was needed.
Yeah.
Something was needed both ways. You know what I mean? I became very isolated, and talking to you made me feel much better. And I
Same.
also connected with you because of your illness and stuff like that, and you needed support. I could feel that you needed a big old hug.
No, thank you.
I mean, a big hug because I like to hug, just to, give you that energy back that you've lost, because big hugs give you energy and love,
Yes.
and puts a smile on your face. And it's like, well, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Because sometimes you don't have that telling you it's going to be okay. We're working through this, even a cat,
Right.
they run away sometimes. But I wanted to give you a hug, and just say it's okay.
I appreciate it. You have a big heart too. Like I noticed that you saw that in me, that I have health issues, and you what's the word? You felt empathic for me.
Yeah.
Empathy.
Felt the love that you needed, because some people, you can feel it. You can feel how
Yeah.
special this person is, but something is missing right now, some sort of energy or some sort of support,
That's what I was just gonna say. Support.
or,
I'm missing support.
and I love hugs, because it's just a supportive, that's why I put a onesie on with a bear head. It's like a hug.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I always check in on you, because I want to make sure you're doing okay.
No, I appreciate it. I love you coming back and some of the others coming back, and
Yeah.
me having somebody to talk to, and
Yeah.
I could do readings and meet your loved ones, but not only that, get to know you guys and have this be a community.
Yeah. Yeah. Because kids, you need it.
Oh yeah.
You need the love. We all need love, and because you have so much love to give.
And I'll admit, this sounds horrible. This sounds like maybe a psychic medium shouldn't admit this, but I needed to feel validation and acceptance of my gifts.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I felt that on here, and that's been nice.
The environment you're in is not a culture, a comforting environment for
Exactly.
you know what I mean? And you're kind of stuck in the situation. You know what I mean? Like living where it's hard for you, but you broke through that. You were like, I'm doing it anyways. Fuck your mom. Fuck your dad. Sorry.
Fuck you, Aunt Kathy.
Yeah, I am doing this because this is my path. Despite being sick, I am still doing it. I'm putting up these websites, to read people. That's fucking incredible. I thought that was fucking incredible. I really did. And I'm like, especially when you're ill because you're tired.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, she's got it. You just need a little bit of love, which I'm here for because I can give you love. Because when you're sick, you kind of are forgotten too. People get used to you being sick.
Right.
So it's like, oh, whatever, they might not even say hi to you. And I had that before,
Yeah.
Or not thought of about, meals or anything, basic things, because they're so used to it. But you still need that love. And you don't want it from a guy because that's not love. You need love, unconditional love, So
Yeah.
I wanted to send it to you,
Thank you.
I'm giving you a big hug, giving you love, because you're a very strong person. and I'm so happy to have met you.
I'm happy to have
given
met
me-
you too.
You've given me warmth to my heart too. You know, when it's tough. So I appreciate it. And look for a doctor. Rest.
Yes.
And I will send you my email. It's my name actually. Can you see my name on the bottom screen? Aaliyah Cooner. Aaliyah Cooner. Oh, you see it on the screen.
Hold on. Yeah, it's like it went. Yes, guests, Aaliyah. Yeah, I see it.
It says in all small letters, Aaliyah Cooner at Gmail.
Okay.
Okay. Just so I don't put it out there for someone, you know.
Right.
I prefer not to. You never know who you'll get.
I'll message you right now, so
Okay.
like it's fresh in my mind.
Okay, let me get my phone. Okay. Oh, did I lose you?
No, I was emailing you.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
Yeah,
Did we-
when I leave, when I leave the browser, it like turns off my mic for some reason.
this is me. No, this is me. You got it. Okay. So, anytime you want to text, just you need to pick me up, you need to just chat, just send me an email.
Yeah, same as you.
So then, and if you need me to say fuck,
Yeah.
So I'm giving you a hug and love. Okay.
Thank you.
And I get some sleep, and I will try.
Yes,
Tomorrow
I'll
I'll find
definitely
out
try to.
who was bothering my the energy healer, because
Yeah.
that will be interesting. Because the fact that she's doing a free healing and came to me means something's up around me.
Maybe it was a family member saying you needed it.
Maybe it was Nancy, because that was the first time she had contacted you, Nancy, my aunt, the first
Okay.
time I've ever known that. And she might have, because she was concerned about my health. Okay.
Yes.
So I will have to tell you how that goes. But
So. Get on my nerves. I love that cat with all my heart, but she is a brat.
Well, they own you.
She does own me.
My dad has 3 cats. One that sits almost on his head, one that lays on his hand, so he can't move his hand, one that lays between his legs,
Yes.
They all own us, but you know what? Wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, exactly.
At all. So, like I said, I will actually contact you and tell you who contacted me.
Okay.
Okay. And like I said, just shout at me, or I will shout at you. Did you do this? Did you sleep? Just checking. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I love you. I'm sending you warmth and happy energy. Call on your spirit guides. They will help you.
Yeah.
out.
Definitely.
They will heal too. So, okay. It was good to
Okay.
talk to you tonight, and I'm glad you got to talk to my brother because he's full of
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
Okay.
Well, time to go to sleep, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
I will talk to you later.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.